Hello, happy Wednesday. Welcome in. How are we? We've got even more stuff about the Phas stuff that's coming up. We've got more images for Willow. We've got information about drops. We've got information about the new Willow Street badge. We've got some stuffs. Next week, just a heads up, I will be live Monday at 7, probably a little bit before 7 a.m. Eastern. Ready to rock with an early access look at the new update that's coming with the brand new Willow rework. And then drops will start on Tuesday. Same thing. I'll be live at like 7 a.m. All right? That's like 5 a.m. Okay, not for all of us, break. Yeah, I know it's yeah, I guess it is a bit earlier for you. That's a pretty fair point. Yeah. Can't wait for the new Willow. Oh man, it's going to be good stuffs. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to get in there and play multiplayer with other peeps. Yeah. Get your coffee. Well, I've got mine right now, but we definitely will have some then too. I got to eat breakfast with Flash. I don't really eat breakfast. I don't know. I think I'm just too tired to chew. I usually, when I'm referring to 7 a.m., it's like whatever time I'm usually referring to is usually Eastern. So like ET, East Coast, United States. That's typically the time I'm referring to. Yeah. Got 6 hours of sleep just for the stream. What's up, dude? Let's go. Hopefully they put lights on the stairwell. Going to the basement? I mean, I guess so. I don't know. I guess that was not really on top of my list of things that were like, man, I really hope they do that. But I see your point. Yeah. Callum, my day is good. How is yours? The fam is doing great. Busy, man. Endless activities. Freaking endless. But how are you guys? How goes it? AMF5 will be a photo? Yeah, we'll go over it. That's going to be the first thing that we do today is go over all the stuff. Hi, Juju. We will go over all the things. Doc Shaw, thank you for the 4 months, dude. Hi, Shanna. It goes great. Hell yeah. All right, let me get going in all the places so that we're ready to rock. But yeah, I mean, we still have today, we still have Friday, we still have Sunday, and then Monday. Monday, I will be live early in the morning, and I'll probably be live for like a good many couple hours showing all the stuffs. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Mayor. How are you, friend? Weekly's been tough for me to do. Any tips? Honestly, advice for somebody that doesn't know what to do on a no evidence run. Best thing I could tell you, playing with others is going to be super helpful because they're going to be able to give you information that maybe you don't already know. Sticking to what you know. So like if you're trying to figure out if it's a Wraith or like, an Onryo test or these other tests, go for those. It's going to be a little harder if you've never done no evidence. By nature, it'll be tough. But if you're like, oh, I know that one ghost is really slow, but if it knows where I am, then it goes really fast. It's a Revenant, right? That kind of stuff. Yeah. Thank you guys so much, man. Zimmy, thank you for the 25 months. Phoenix, 45 months. Your shirt makes me want to declare bankruptcy, as it should. Mick Saucy, thank you for the 2 months. Smiler, thank you for the 3. Gonna go to bed for worked out twice for the first. Worked out twice today. You worked out twice today? Why would you do such a thing? Oh, 20 minutes. Oh, okay. Well, hell yeah, that's awesome. I was gonna say, don't overdo it. Teeny, thank you for the 38 months, friend. And Clueless, thank you for the biddies. Are the drops here yet? No, that's why the title says new drops next week. Hi, Knight. How are you, friend? Welcome in. What's up, Jamie? Good to see you. You think people read? No. Some people say Phasmophobia is not for mobile. What? Oh, good. I can get the drops. Yeah, next week. Yeah, drops next week. When are they? Next week. This week? No, next week. Did I watch the England game? I saw the end of it. My son was watching the game, so I did catch the end. Who's on my shirt? Oh, come on, bro. You got to ask. You can't afford it. Hold on. Wait, the playlist didn't change over. Hold on. Nessa, thank you for the 13 months. Thank you guys so much for coming in, friends. Good to see you guys. We're going to go over the latest blog post from Phasmo. That's going to be the first thing we do. Why read all word when few word give reward now? Yeah, I'm excited for the new map too, man. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for all the fixes. I'm excited for the game to feel up to pace again. Not feel like you're having to be slowed down because of animations and things like that. I'm excited for that. So that'll be good. Shield, thank you for the 14. Zapini, thank you for the 6. Hello. Some people ask why Phasmophobia isn't on mobile. Just because it's not. I don't know if that's something they would ever even think about. They are definitely going to be bringing it to the Switch, but I think it's not coming out for the Switch until 1.0. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. Can't wait to play multiplayer on the console again. Hopefully my wrist can bend enough. Oh, man. I hope so. Do I like the emote that I uploaded that you randomly unlocked? Sure. Nintendo's big strict. They are. Thank you, Juju. Yeah. Nintendo is a bit strict about a lot of their releases. Yeah, they strike down everybody. So careful, SpongeBob. Is 1.0 going to be a while? Wait, is 1.0 going to be a while new game, or is it an option to play on one game? I need that again. What? Oh, is it going to be a whole new game? No. It's not going to be a whole new game. Negative. No, it'll just be updated is all. Relentless, thank you for the biddies. But is the Switch 2 getting Phas? I don't remember. Yeah, it certainly is. Sorry. No. They missed a word. It's all good. It's all good. Went to the museum in Kyoto, but I couldn't show you since they don't let you take pictures. That's stupid. That is so dumb. Streaming on YouTube. I'm literally live there right now. We're falling apart over here. Had a mayor last night that never did its ability for 45 minutes. Chose Goryo since it also never changed rooms. Oh, yeah, I've had those. Oh, yeah. And I've had them in higher pressure situations where, like, I'm trying to do all difficulty or something, and I've got, like, APOC 2, and then the ghost never changes. It was literally, if I remember correctly, it was a djinn that was in the basement of Tanglewood and never left. For 45 minutes, never left. So we're like, Goryo. No, it was a djinn. There's no way in hell I would have ever gotten it. No way. So Willow will look the same as it does to this day. What? Are you asking me if the reworked Willow Street is going to look literally the exact same way that it does right now? Is that what I'm being asked? We're having a hard time today. Maybe I shouldn't have started early. Should we just go back to bed and come back in like 15 minutes? Was that what we need to do? Oh, it's going to be, I can't wait. It's going to be different. I'm excited for it though. And Willow's my favorite map. Can we? We might need to. Everyone do a little nap break. Little nap break. Scavenger, thank you for the biddies. How are you, friend? Murphy, 25 months. Get a little power nap. Did my first ever perfect solo game today. The game crashed. I loaded back in the lobby and I had to go outside. Tried again and did it once more. Oh, it was 0. Holy moly. Sleep. Yeah, we don't do that around here. I don't do naps. Bathmas, I don't. I just don't have time for them. I just can't, man. You had so much lag yesterday. Were you playing in multiplayer by chance? Naps are only when I'm sick. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. Lovely. Welcome in. How are you? Single and multiplayer. Ooh, interesting. Okay. I'll keep my eyes peeled. I don't know. Okay. So I don't have 100% a plan today. The plan really was to go over this stuff that they brought out today, talk about the drops and all that stuff. But then after that, I don't know, man. We might switch to some funnel runners. To be honest. I don't know. No doc and chat equals no blood moons. That's pretty true. Is that a mark? Currently watching the stream while at the job. Lucifer, don't get fired, dude. Funnel Runners alone? Possibly not. Yeah, we'll see. We can play dodgeball. Alex, thank you for the 8 months. Oh, man, that's funny. All right. Ooh, purple badge upgrade. Let's go. Hi, Millsy. How are you, friend? Brain faster than fingers. That's okay. When I open a menu like a passcode or camera, my game crashes. I've heard some people saying that, Milkman. I have heard people talking about crashes like for certain things. Like if you're looking at the monitor, then all of a sudden it crashes. I have heard that. You are not alone. I have not experienced that at all. Just side note. None. I do believe a certain bear. I do believe he is playing it as well. Mark, thank you for the biddies, dude. Ark, thank you for the 4 months. League and bringing back classic. Someone that gave it up for years, going to get a big dose of nostalgia. Let's go. Hell yeah. The monitor crash is happening to you too. I wonder if it's just like exclusive to a certain group, like on a certain console or whatever, or if it's just all around. Yeah, I have not experienced that at all. Not a bit. Which is why I don't like, that's why I'm not like, my experience is the same thing that everyone else is experiencing. We don't have the same computers. We don't have the same consoles. So when I hear someone say they're having a lot of issues, like I have to take their word for it. Will the all difficulty Willow video be out soon? I need to actually have an all difficulty first. Yeah, I need to either A, upgrade my equipment fast, or B, we're just going to deal with what I got and try. Maybe try it Friday or something. Ooh, Friday could be good for all difficulty. That could be good. Hey, Valkyrie, good to see you. Like, I tried it the one time. We got to like insanity and it was stupid because like I was getting ripped off by the ghost. Yeah. Thank you, Frostbite. PS5, I get it after like 6 or... Oh, you get it after like 6 games. I got you. Understood. All right. Let's talk about the news today. Really, we know what it is. Is my fan... Oh, there it is. It's just a little extra information. Godly Juju. What's up, friend? Stop it. Nope. Stop it. It's hot in my room. I'm trying to get the fan to land on me. No, go the other way, you stupid. Oh, my fucking God. I hate it here. Fine. Amadoki, thank you for the 8 months. Love the vids on the tube. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It was like, I don't know what it's like freaking out. Okay, we're fine. All right. Let's go over this information, shall we? So a lot of this, if you're new, are the new drops out? No. They're not out till next week. Yeah. See that right there? Yeah. They're not till July 21st to the 28th. Yeah. I turned into Porky Pig. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah. So Faz has given us a new preview for what's coming up soon. Some things that they have talked about, some things they have not talked about. Okay. So following on from our recent preview of the quality of life update launching on July 21st, we wanted to share some further details, including new features, including another look at the reworked 13 Willow Street with some new images we haven't seen before. So the new. As part of the quality of life update, we're introducing a handful of new gameplay features that aim to improve the overall experience of playing Phas. So if you're unaware, Phasmo is going to be, over the next 2 months, implementing over like 150 fixes to bugs that have been going on. Now, if you want to get technical, you could say technically they are all they are all self-inflicted wounds, but there was a high chunk of them that are definitely because of the player character update that they tried to give us, which was crap, right? Everyone agrees it was shit. There's nobody that says it was awesome. If they are, they're full of it. But they have taken all the word from the community that have said, this sucks, fix this, do this, I want to see this. And they've taken it, put it into a bundle, and they're going to be fixing a lot of this stuff. I think some of the bigger things are just the speed of the gameplay because of all the animation shifts. That sucks. It made it so hard to do certain things. They're going to be fixing that. Yeah, we've gotten used to, I've gotten kind of, unfortunately, partially used to, gotten used to the jank, but I definitely don't want to. You mean the features? We were way past features. Here or there, feature is fine. When it's littered with like every time you turn around, it's no longer features. We've lost the features. Let's see. So this is the stuff that's going to be coming out. Not all of it either, but this is a lot that's going to be coming out next week. So literally on Tuesday, this is going to be getting released. On Monday, I will be doing an early access look. I'll be streaming it early in the morning on Monday to show off what there is. Okay. Gotten used to it as much as I can, but still annoyed. Oh, absolutely. 100%. So keybinds, that is coming out next week. Yeah, that's for obviously for PC players, not for console. Maybe they'll do that at some point. How early? I'm going to be live probably a little bit before 7 a.m. Eastern. Yeah. And then on Tuesday, probably the same thing. Probably the same. Will we still be able to use the scroll wheel? Probably. I don't see why not. Yeah. Salt having to go through the animation. Oh, yeah, that's rough. It just looks awful. The Salt animation in general just looks terrible. Okay. Let's see. Adding a keybind to be able to inspect the watch at any time. They have shown us video of this. Literally, no matter if you have a flashlight in your hand or not, you'll be able to turn the watch over and see what time it is. Again, this should have existed already. So thank God it's happening. A separate photo can now be taken to capture EMF level 5. Why is this so zoomed in? Yeah. And extra media. So now we're going to be getting highlights inside of the photo camera, similar to how we get highlights in the video camera. That way, you know what you're looking at. If it's too dark, you can still see this is what you'd be taking a photo of, which is great. That's awesome. Love it. Okay. Photo cameras will now feature the same highlight frame as video cameras, which, as you said, on-screen indicator only available for tier 2 and tier 3 because the tier 1 doesn't have it, obviously. When capturing media, if multiple are present, the evidence that provides the biggest reward or is unique will be prioritized. We talked about that before from what they've already given information about. They have said that if you have no photos taken and you have the bone in front of you, but then there's a ghost behind the bone, you take a photo, it will go for the ghost first because it's the higher priority. Fantastic. New ghost. Whatever the hell this is. We have no information about this ghost, but we are getting a new ghost next week. Players will have a higher chance of getting the ghost in their contracts for the first few weeks following release. I'm hoping that this was from us fussing because I brought up how we used to have this. We used to have it way back, and then they just stopped doing it, and I don't know why they ever stopped. So yeah, Sailor, thank you for the 10 months. Burger, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. So I don't know. Added new walking animations and turning animations to fix several issues. So that's just the fact that we look stupid when we're turning. So they're fixing that. Improvement for VR. Next quality of life update will bring a completely new VR character rig. Okay, that's cool. Great, grand. We mentioned in our previous preview blog that the quality of life update will be removing several animations introduced in the player character update. Below is a video showcasing how the gameplay will look for following this change. So you can see from this little video that they gave us how much faster it is to do all this stuff. So now how fast it pops up. Now you can see there's a photo camera animation. Like literally like the hand comes up really fast. The video looks like it's instant. There's no delay at all. And you can also see the ghost writing popping up too. Yeah. So it's hard to say what that's like until we have it in our hands and we actually play. So I guess we'll get there. What's up, Kim? Lizzie, thank you for the 45 months. Tier 3. My God. My God. Zoom back in, you idiot. Is it finally a W update? No, it's just that the player character update was shit. They've had plenty of updates that were awesome, but this one was terrible. This one hopefully will be great. Yeah. How do streams like this work? This is my first time watching him live, not on YouTube. What do you mean, how do they work? Exactly. Tier 2 is better than Tier 3 video camera? I mean, I guess so. I never really thought about it. I don't mind. Yeah. I don't know how your streams play out. I mean, I guess it depends on the day. I'm not exactly sure how to respond to that. How they play out. How do streams typically play out? You know, let me ask that question. We pay him. Shut up, Sharkbait. the new photo camera stuff. Oh, that's going to be great. You can't see the ghost, and then you see the little highlight that tells you there's a ghost. Amen, man. Are we going to watch you play Phasmo or not? Monkey, because you said that, I'm not playing today. We'll see. We'll see. It's hard to say. Depends what friendos are doing. It's up in the air right now. We'll see. No. Hey, Rogue, good to see you. Funnel chasers might happen. Yes, there's a good possibility that's going to happen. We're going to be playing a lot of Phasmo coming soon. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to it, shall we? As with all our reworked maps, 13 Willow Street will retain its overall original layout with a few minor changes. The core of these reworks has always been bringing the visuals up to our standards while letting each location speak for itself. So that is why I know a lot of people are fussing and crying and wah that they're reworking maps instead of adding new ones. I'm okay with it. I'm fine with it because eventually they're going to want all those cookie cutter, just puzzle piece maps that they purchase license for other assets and put together for a map. Eventually the license is going to run out and they have to do something else. So why not use their own stuff that they have created themselves? That's kind of the whole point. So I get people are frustrated that they're not having 1,700 maps. There was someone the other day that was like, they should have like 50 goats. Fucking goats. Sorry, reading something on the other chat. They said, someone the other day said they should have 50 ghosts. I was like, 50 ghosts? You want to try to narrow down 50 ghosts or goats? Where's our goat badge? What kind of shit is this? Yeah, 50 is insane. That's ridiculous. Any part where a ghost climbs walls and ceilings? I think they've talked about it. Yeah, 50 goats would be nuts too. Don't get me wrong. That would also be a little crazy. As a cat owner, I'm going to love, there's a lot of people that are really looking forward to the badge, which we'll show here soon. We'll show it soon. They should add one more piece of evidence. No, they shouldn't. That would be useless. What would adding another piece of evidence do? How many are in there now? Shit, I don't even know at this point. Now that they've added the newer ones, I don't even remember. We don't need 50 goats. We have you. 29. Okay. That's a lot, man. So they're literally going to be adding another ghost next week, which will make it 30. 30 ghosts. We do not need 20 more. They keep adding ghosts, might as well add one more piece of evidence. Yeah, but when they add one more ghost that can also use all the evidence that's already there, why would they add another piece of evidence that only one ghost was able to have? Yeah, no, I think that's a bad idea. I think that would be an awful idea, actually. Do you think they'll add more equipment? Maybe. I mean, if you look at the Phasmo wall, we have like, if you look at where all the equipment is on the wall, like they've got that shelf over to the left that has the possibility of more, right? So there's always a chance they're going to add more stuff. We just don't know when, where, all that. What combinations are still missing? I guarantee we could go in there and find at least 4 or 5 combinations that are still nothing for ghosts. If they added new evidence, they'd have to release a bunch of new ghosts. Correct. Yeah, I think that'd be a bad idea. We'll have new death animations like body parts that go flying. This isn't Texas Chainsaw. Getting dragged, I think would be pretty awesome. That part would be pretty sick. Yeah. Add like a thermal? Maybe. A thermal could be cool. I could see that. What would I want to see from a new ghost? I mean, I went through all of that whenever they added the Cormos. People ask me all the time what I wanted, and I literally would describe the Cormos, and they added the Cormos. So, like, at this point, whatever they want to do. Yeah. New curse. A new curse could be cool eventually. I could definitely see that. It's been a long time since we've had another one. Yeah, yeah. Ew, body parts. Yeah, the point of it is to be scary. Yeah, the point is not for it to be littered with gore. What if they add dowsing? You know, I think they've talked about that arc. That has been in the conversation for a while. Yeah. I don't know what someone said, like, oh, what if you use that to find the bone? It's like, don't create more things to want to keep the bone in the game. I don't want the bone in the game. I want it gone. Want them to fix all the existing curse? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Angel, thank you for the 2 months. Ninja, thank you for the biddies. I just want the current ghost to have more traits. I want them to fix the current ghost that they have. Yeah. Instead, I know like they're about to add, I think they're adding another one just to be like, look, there, it's nice and clean. Shut up. But then beyond that, clean up all the other ghosts that we have. Ure, all that stuff. I just want the Ure to touch the damned. I want none of the other ghosts to do what the Ure does. That's what I want. Flyrax, thank you for the 10-month prime. Thank you, dude. All right, let's continue, and then we'll keep talking as we do this. I promise. We want to just, yeah. Why don't you like the bone? Because it makes no sense. The bone makes no sense. The entire point of the bone is that it is to be part of the ghost. It is literally ghost DNA. So you're telling, again, I've said this before. So you're telling me, wait a minute, Docs, you're telling me that somebody went into this house that was already haunted by some ghost, like moved in, left this bone wherever the hell it was, and just lived their life. It's decor. I'm not touching it. Ew, you get it. I'm not getting it. You get it. And then eventually they're like, oh shit, it's haunted. And then they leave. And then we just happen to find the spine in the basement. Nope. No, doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Why would people have left the bones sitting there and not call? That's what I'm saying. Exactly. You don't do that? I guess I need to now. The family dog. Oh, the family dog dug up the spine inside of the basement and then left it there. What? Cursed. Thank you so much for the prime. Welcome in, dude. 200 IQ for the dog. Oh, man. What about the left foot behind you? You know what I should do? I should actually put some bones down here. See what the kids say. Who leaves a pelvis in the middle of the laundry room? Apparently we do. Or they do, not us. Oh, he dug up the ribs. Ooh, let's go. Okay. Let's see. What did we not read? As much as we love the original version of these maps, giving them their own identities and stories has been something we've always wanted to achieve, and we're excited that we're able to. Following 6 Tanglewood Drive, we know that 13 Willow Street holds a special place in a ghost hunter's heart. We've kept that at the forefront while developing the rework, making sure that those first few steps inside feel new but familiar and entice you to explore during each and every contract. Check out the screenshots below. So we have some new angles, some new images of Willow Streets. Been watching the YouTube vids for the last month. Really enjoy the content of the Phas and other group games. Keep doing what you do. Oh, thank you so much, Corsair. I appreciate that. Thank you. I can't wait to do more, man. Can't wait. But what if that's the reason it's haunted? Because the dog dug up its body. That would be cool. If you were like in the backyard and you found like remains, like that'd be awesome. That'd be pretty sick. Yeah. Whoever lives in Willow loves their cat. I think that was the point. Yeah, I think that was what they were going for this. It was just a cat loving map. Yep. So here's the living room. I mean, it's obviously very familiar, right? I don't know about hiding spots or any of that jazz. I guess we'll see that next week, right? We shall see. Back bedroom. So you go down the hallway to the left. Looks like there's a little partition here, which I imagine is some hiding. Yeah, yeah. I will be streaming on Monday and Tuesday. I will be streaming Monday during the day, Monday at night, and Tuesday during the day. Yes. Would love to hear a random meow. That'd be kind of cool. Ghost cat. Ghost cat. Loving the gamer cat representation. I think it's needed. Rip Willow, my favorite house. You work. Oh, no, not Rip. No, no, no. Getting makeover. No. So the garage has been turned into a gym. Don't say nope. No, nope. I'm not sure I like it compared to the original. I'm excited for it. But it's hard to judge completely until we get to play it. Blood Clay, thank you for the raid. How was your stream? Darkwing, thank you for the follow. They should make a mode with 0 official and unofficial hiding spots. So you want them to make a mode where they basically put you into a room that's a square and then hope for the best. Am I reading that correctly? With no hiding, with nothing. You just stand there. Did I get that right? Would love for them to fix the dots projector tier 1 too. I haven't had any problems. Nothing in the map at all. Correct. No hiding spots. You have to loop the ghost. Or you just loop the ghost because you want to. I feel like that'd be a lot of work for no reason. I feel like going out of the way to make a mode where they put you like in 2 rooms where there's like a square in the middle of it so you can loop. It's like an aim simulator. Blood Clay, I'm doing well, friend. How are you? This is how I feel when people flip houses and relist it. Well, yeah, you can turn off hiding, but they want you to turn off hiding and also block any possible way for the ghost to not see you. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that works. I think that's a stretch. Yeah, Valkyrie. Oh, thank you, Valkyrie. Val, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it, dude. And the tier 2 thermometer, why do I have to hold right click? That's not fixing. That's part of the game. That's just complaining about something that is part of the game. You're supposed to have to hold to check for temps so it doesn't just scan all the time. That's not something wrong. That's just a mechanic. Yeah. You could just use tier 1. Tier 1, you don't have to hold it. Merge Mecha Chameleon. That'd be good. See if the ghost can find you. Oh my god. Play dodgeball with the ghosty. We could sure try with one of these guys. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So the basement, if you dare, you could loop this guy right here. There you go. There's your looping spot. Now they would have to remove all of the furniture in here to get rid of the natural hiding though. Can't wait to see Doc pumping iron. Let's go. Hero, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Okay, we've got the up. This is the room. If you go down the hallway to the right, that's this guy. Yeah. How do you get tier 2 stuff in Phas? By playing enough to get enough money to unlock it. Hope ghosts can throw the paintbrushes in the room. I can only assume. Now, I don't know if it's going to be like throwing paint or anything like that. I don't know. When is the update? It is on the 21st, but I will be doing an early access preview on the 20th. So early access preview, 20th. I'll be showing it. I'll start streaming at like probably 6:30 Eastern. And then I'll start playing at 7. And then on Tuesday, same time-ish, and then drops will begin. So on Tuesday, you can watch me to get the animated and also the static badge at the same time. And it's 2 hours watch time. So for 2 hours, you get both badges. It'd be funny if you could throw paint multiplayer. I'd like it. Case, thank you for the 11 months. All right. There's a new badge. Sometimes my thermo disappears from my hand. Oh, yeah, that's absolutely one of the bugs that came with the player character update for sure. I can see you play the update early, and I can go into the new update. Wait. And I can, too, go in the new update and play. Wait, what? What? Ready to go for this update? I am too, Mr. 420. Some people here especially are very uncertain about it. I'm excited for Willow. So, 13 Willow Street will launch alongside the Quality of Life update on July 21st, 2026 for all platforms. Yeah. Stay tuned to our social channels and our official Discord server for exact release timings. As is tradition with the new map, a new ID card and badge will be available upon completing the map's challenge. By correctly identifying 50 ghosts and surviving, ghost hunters will earn the Sunseeker set as seen below. I like it a lot. Yeah. Hey, Tooth, welcome in. I dig the flamingo. This is a cool badge. I like it. We'll also be running a new Twitch drop campaign for the first week after launch. Players will be able to earn the animated and static versions of the Cool Cat ID card and badge between the 21st of July to the 28th by watching a total of 2 hours of Phasmo streams. The animated version will be exclusively available via Kinetic Games partner channels. So, starting on the 21st, anybody streaming Phasmo that has drops enabled, which most people do, will be able to give out this card basically to their communities. Everybody, everyone. If you want to earn this one, you need to watch a Kinetic partner. So 2 hours. 2 hours. Like the Norman Tanglewood, we want a cat outside Willow, which we can get. That'd be cool. Have a pet out there? Yeah. So there we go. The picture makes it look like you have to correctly identify the ghost 100 times to get the card instead of the usual 50. What do you mean? The picture. This is level 1000 and this is your XP. Oh, I see what you mean. I do see what you mean. It's 50. It is 50. Yeah. Yeah, this is usually the experience. I understand the confusion by looking at this when they're like, you need to get 50 levels and then you see 50 and you're like, well, wait, why does it say 50 out of 100? Yeah, this is the XP. I understand what you're saying though. Does it work for console if I watch from my phone as long as you're logged into Twitch? Yep. New Curse, the Necronomicon. Let's go. Dude, I'd be down for that. I love that. I love those movies so much. Any ideas on the new Ghost? No idea. There's been zero discussion about it, so I have no clue what the next Ghost is supposed to be. I don't know. I kind of like that I don't know. It's 100% up in the air what this could be. I don't know. How do I feel about it? Oh, I'm loving it so far. The Willow rework, I can't wait to get in there and play. Yeah. This is looking good, man. I'm excited for it. You think the Ghost is going to be cat themed? Like a tiger running around? So do I have to watch 2 different streams to get both animated and non-animated? No. But if you want to earn, let's say that you watch, to earn both at the same time, you need to be watching a Kinetic stream for 2 hours. If you don't watch a Kinetic stream, you can still earn this one. But if you watch this first on a not Kinetic stream, you then have to watch a Kinetic partner for 2 hours to get this one. So if you don't care about the animated, you can still watch anyone to get this. If you watch me, you'll get both. Yes. So Tuesday, again, they haven't listed the start times. My guess is probably like around 7 a.m. Eastern time. It will probably begin. So when I get more information, I will make sure to relay that to you guys. Yeah. I has cat badge. Well, no, nobody has cat badge. Nobody yet, anyway. Yeah. Oleg, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Mark. So you get the animated by watching a Kinetic partner on Twitch. You get the non-animated by watching any Phasmo stream. That is correct. That is correct. Have I ever played with Insim? Not Phasmo. We have played Lethal Company together once. Yeah. Tell you what I need to figure out. When we were playing Funnel Runners the other day, every time it went to a static screen, my bitrate went straight to shit. And it's making me curious if I should try to record when we play again. God forbid, I don't know if that's going to screw anything up. Things are going to explode. But I might have to. Yeah, I know it's normal. I get it. I know it's going to happen, but it really sucks. Like if I'm watching the monitors and I'm going back and forth. Yeah. I got to be careful, SpongeBob. So we'll see. But I'm excited for this, man. It's going to be good. Yeah, FNAF. Yeah, same thing. The exact same thing. Funnel Runners was what? Yeah, but it was fun. But it was a lot of fun, which is why we're thinking about doing that tonight. I wanted to go over this first, though. I wanted to go over this so people had the information. People understood Monday that I'll be live early with Willow Street and with the update to show everything. Tuesday, the update will be live for everybody, and then drops will also be happening at the same time. Yeah. When you saw the roof get ripped off, dude, oh my God, the sound alone was so immersive. Oh my God. We want to do an all difficulty run at Willow like Tangle. I will. I'm probably going to do it Friday. That way I have enough time. I think I'm going to do it Friday. So that way there is enough time to try to get as far as I possibly can. Here's the combos that aren't used. Dots, freezing. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Miss Willikers. Yeah, there you go. Whoever was asking about that earlier, about what ghost combos that we don't have yet for the equipment, there it is right there. Yeah. Oh my God, it's a Phasmo finally coming out on Dreamcast, bro. I'd be down. You know how long, Pav? Do you know how long I've wanted like a retro Phaz that's like on N64 or something? Dude, I'd play that. I'd play that live. I'd go get anything I need to make that happen. That'd be, dude, it would be so awesome. How are you, friend? Good to see you. Dark Mist, thank you for the 8 months. Hi, Karumba. When you get early access, will you go explore the new Willow before you start ghost hunting? Well, that's where I'm going to be ghost hunting. What do you mean? No, that's where I'm going to be going. We're going to be checking out the new Willow. I'll be doing the hunts there, trying to get the new ghost. Maybe not N64, definitely Dreamcast, though. Listen, I've got both. Whatever we need to do. Make it happen, Captain. I'm down. I'm down, Charlie Brown. Are you going to be live in the morning or night on Monday? Yes. I hope that answered your question. Still my old N64. I'll never get rid of it. I love mine. I love it. I love it. Oh, man. I went thrifting today because my child had dance. Hold on, wait. Excuse me. My child had dance, so like I basically had like an hour of like nothing time waiting because there's no point going home. So I'm like, well, shit, I might as well just go look for some movies. So I went thrifting. I found Freddy Krueger. What else did I find? Horror movies. Finding horror movies is so difficult. What else? Oh God, I'm trying to think what else was there. There was another horror movie. It was Wes Craven's, by the way. Damn it. I'll go look later. I'll figure it out. Glad the answer is yes, so I can watch both. I'll be streaming both. Yes. Both. Absolutely. 8-bit fast? Hell yeah. Discovered Goodwill has an online auction. I have no life now. Ooh, let's go. Well, no, it's a matter of remembering which ones I picked up today. Yeah. Love older horror? I love it too. Practical horror, I love. Way more than CGI new stuff. Went thrifting the other week. Picked up some old DS games. Oh, I also got Grease. Vinyl. Got that for my wife. What is the plan for Friday? I might do the all difficulty on Friday. Night of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead is my favorite horror movie. Wolf, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Practical will always be peak. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Watch you guys play Funnel Runners was great the other night. Can't wait to check it out tomorrow. Dude, it's so good. It's so good. I'm going to message old Weenbag over there and see if he's ready. Oh, all caps. I think he's in the middle of a run right now. So we might have to wait. Oh, it's so good. Yes, Spooky Queen. Yes. 1,000,000% I am. Yes. Didn't realize Funnel Runners was like Outbreak. Oh, yeah. Except the difference is that Outbreak, you're chasing tornadoes, trying to get as much information as you can. In this game, you're trying to get the hell out of there. So we can get information, yes, from the truck, but you're not trying to stick around and be like, ooh, what's that one? You're trying to get the hell out. Yeah. What's included? Bops, the best thing that you can possibly do is go to the Phasmophobia webpage, the Kinetic Games webpage, and look at the past couple previews of news that includes all the stuff. There's just so much to talk about. Have you seen the Give Us a Sign game? I've seen some random photos and stuff. Yeah, there's not going to be any demos or anything like that until October. So we still have some time before we see gameplay. Yeah. Who's choosing the background songs? Me? Baron got hit by lightning and got launched. Good. Good, good. As he should. Good, good. All right. Let me all right, let me change up the stuffs. I think that's what we're gonna do. Again, I might need to try to record today. I might have to because the bitrate loss on some of those is rough. It is rough biz. Let's open the game. I mean, it is whatever Wednesday, so I mean it does make sense. What are we recording? The gameplay while I'm playing Funnel Runners, because trying to use the live stream VOD is tough when the bitrate goes right to shit. That's tough. Best tips for a new player to understand the ghost better. You could use tools like the unofficial Phasmo cheat sheet to learn about the different ghosts. That's definitely one really helpful tool. Why am I compiling shaders again? Why is this happening? Oh yeah, phasmocheatsheet.com. It's just a bunch of information about the ghosts. Wonderful tool. Fantastic tool. But experience is going to be the best way. Playing, the more you play, the better you're going to get. It is not Wiener Wednesday. Do you understand me? That is a negative. No, it is not. You know, Break, I almost thought about it. I was like, for today, I could set a goal for the hot dog costume. It's like, no. Never mind. That's stupid. Sausage check. Don't you dare give me the thing that I've already seen. Okay, good. It didn't. It is National Hot Dog. You are such a liar. No, it is not. Is it really? Could you see them potentially retiring ghosts as we add new ones? I mean, maybe if enough people really didn't like a ghost. Is it really? Oh, that is so dumb. Wiener Wednesday? National Hot Dog Day? Oh my God. Saw you on TikTok. Now I tuned in looking for drops without even knowing it was you. Hey, it's me. They start next week. Just a heads up. They start next week. All right. I need to adjust some things, friends. I need to adjust titles and all the stuff. Freaking Wiener Wednesday. What the hell? Can confirm. It's actually National Hot Dog Day. Well, damn. All right. Make the title Look Out for Naders. Funnel Runners. They've also been really, really nice. They've been like reaching out and talking and stuff like that, which has been great. We should retire the Dio. No, you would make so many people mad. People would be upsetty spaghetti. They would never forgive. I guess it's fitting. You had chili cheese. I did not. I'd rather not. I repeat. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right. Let me adjust the information and then we'll get in there. If we have to, we'll go run into a map and just start it. And then if he's down to join up, then we will. If not, we'll do some solo. Yeah. All right. Let me do this. But yeah, friendly reminder for anybody that's just coming in, if maybe you missed the information. On Monday, I'm going to be streaming the update early just to show it off as a preview, almost like another beta level. And then on Tuesday, it'll be released to everybody and we'll have drops. Yeah. All right, Funnel Runners, change the thumbnail to that. Okay, go down here to the titles. You got to change all the stuff. Tell you what, YouTube makes it a real pain in the ass for that. They certainly do. Okay. Will Monday count as the VOD for badge? What? What do you mean? What do you mean? Retire the mayor? Nah, the mayor's fine. Did it save? Maybe. Okay, it did. Good. Let's make sure this is muted, which it is. Good. All right, tubes. There we go. I fixed it. No retires, only fix. That's right. Now let's do this. Let's do this. Carrie, thank you for the 17 months. Appreciate you, friend. Quick filters. No. Let's do this. Oh, God. Session name. Yep. Invite only. I'm just going to do this for now, just so we can get into the truck. If you guys haven't seen this game yet, this is called Funnel Runners. All right, let us see. Does this mean you'll be doing the weekly on Sunday, or will you be keeping it a part of the Monday stream before you go into Willow? I don't know. I'll probably still do it on Monday. If I do it on Sunday, I'll definitely let you know. Yeah. All right, let's do... Is it possible to do like a quick sesh? Is that possible? Time of day, training. Yeah, let's do this. Ray, thank you for the gifted. Appreciate you, friend. Nameless, thank you for the 13. Boogeyman, hello, welcome in. Carrie, how are you doing, friend? Looks so good for early access. The destruction is so good. All right, let's try to do a quick tutorial. Let's do a quick training solo. We're gonna try. I might not even have enough time. I might need to like back out if he says he's ready. We might just say F it. Acid rain. I don't want acid rain. Sapien, thank you for the 16 months. Fancy, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, I don't want it. No. All right. Mission board. Collect the apex, collect the tapes. Mark, thank you for the biddies. Thank you so much. Yeah, so what you do is you come over here, you have a little seat down, and then you try to start the engine. And it lets you know what you need. So like I need fuses, fuel, and oil. Fuses, fuel, and oil. Imagine not wanting acid rain. What? Nobody wants acid rain. And then we have to go find all this stuff and try not to die. Where's the lady on the bicycle? The tornado. Yeah. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, he's ready. If there's a nader, I'd go run into it, but I don't think there is one. Mary Poppins. I think I did. I think I got that achievement, didn't I? Relentless. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you, friends. Give me the darts. Where's the darts? Give me the darts. Hold on. If there's a nader, I'm running into it. I hear it. It's coming. Oh, Lord, it's coming. I'm going to try. It's not going to work, but we're still going to try. Give you a lurk. Thank you, friend. Holy shit. I don't think I made it. I don't think I made it.
I had said that Flash
Guys,
was basically just the, oh,
you're never gonna believe it.
What?
I just got the Dart Nader achievement.
What? How?
I did it in training with the first one I saw. I just ran up to it and threw the dart at it. So the dart can't hit the ground.
Oh, so it's just any tornado? It doesn't have to be.
I'm guessing so. Yeah, I did it with literally the first one in the training map.
Oh, interesting. I sent you guys invites.
Help is on the way, dear.
Help is on the way, dearie.
Failed to join.
Nailed
Hold on.
it.
Wow. Wish I could say I was surprised.
Right.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I was
Failed to join.
I
What?
spent- Maybe you're
I
just
got
not
in
as
here just fine.
professional as us.
Wow. Are you guys in there together?
Yeah.
We are in here, yeah.
Hold on.
Ma'am, are you throwing darts at my ass?
Yeah, it's Baron. It's
What
Baron
would
and
make
Break.
you think that?
I don't know. I heard like a squish. It kind of sounded like somebody threw a dart at me.
No, that's not a dart. That's a shart.
Oh, there's another one. All right.
It's kind of like if
Ray,
if
thank you for the biddies.
If you get the right spot, it's kind of like a bullseye.
I keep getting failed to join session. Check your internet.
All right, I'll leave session. I'll make another one.
Okay. I can always restart
Just
the
try
game
it
if I need to. Hop off your hungry, then go eat, you goofball. Nader team.
Yeah. So tell me what you did not want to play the mound game or whatever.
The mound game, it looks very like involved. And I'm 100%
yeah.
down. I knew with like how much time I had tonight, I was like, we're going to need a lot of time to really dive into that game.
I got you. So if
I was
it's not
watching
as
people
easy
earlier.
as like Phasmophobia and stuff like that, you don't want any
Correct.
part of it. Got
Right.
it. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Not as easy as failing at DBD. Yeah.
Right. Hey, I made a killer DC, so I did okay.
Wow. Just because you can like dox them offline doesn't mean anything.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. I was running around the last match
Watch,
of Funnel
thank you for
Runners
the
with
sub
the
on
little
kick,
conductor
friend.
of trying to get struck by lightning with I had Back to the Future music playing and I was like, come on, damn it. Yep.
Love it. Another 12-hour stream coming up in the near
The
future.
one time. And
Probably
I
at
got
some
struck
point.
by lightning in the same match.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, you can get struck by lightning. It's very terrifying because it's very abrupt and loud, and then all of a sudden your body is like
it kind of
20
like
feet
when
from where it's
Break
at.
walked into that like live
Yes.
wire? Okay.
Yeah.
That was great. My view of that is so good. Insomniac, thank you for the biddies. Pixel.
Greg, how was your view of that?
You know, I
Wee!
actually really enjoyed the time that Baron hit a live wire right in front of me and got thrown straight
That's-
back into the house.
That's exactly.
Wow.
Well, you didn't fly into the house. You just flew across the street. It was really good.
Yeah.
So I'm
Hey,
trying
Pixel.
to get, if we can survive on like normal, we get like, and especially if you can get perfect games,
Yeah.
you get like 1,000 points or whatever. And I'm level
Perfect.
6. If we can get to level 10, also, I'm just waiting for you to load back up the game. I don't even see you online anymore, Flash.
Oh, I got an invite from Break.
Oh.
Oh, Break's invite worked, I think.
Well.
Did you
guess
put-
who's cooler?
Hey.
Are all of these in my butt?
Wait, let me see. There's nothing in your butt. Can't say that for the front.
Ow! Ow! There's only one thing that could make this worse.
Would it be another one?
Him.
It would be another dart. Yep.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, I missed.
Thank you.
Oh
Nope.
my god.
Just hanging to the right a little bit. Then we go right
Okay.
down the middle. Pow.
Okay. Oh, all right.
There we go. Now we're
But yeah, if I
talking.
can get to level 10, then we could do nightmare mode.
Oh, that's
or
right.
hard
You
mode
said
or whatever. I
perfect.
wanna
Is there
see what-
actually perfect games?
There is, but you have to get the secondary objectives, which
Ah.
for me, like when I was doing it solo, it does seem to scale with more people.
I noticed
too.
the same thing. It's less stuff for sure.
But
Gotcha. Well, we were getting to the point where we could maybe do some secondary.
see, like this one is just
objectives.
unbarred doors with a crowbar.
Ooh, okay. Oh, for the side objective?
Yeah.
All right. Tire, coolant, fuel, and oil. Oh, I hear that already. If I take the
Oh, boy,
umbrella, though,
acid
the thing that
rain.
sucks is if you take the umbrella, you have no room for anything else.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
Lag,
you
thank you
die
for the
so
super
fast
chat.
without it. So, like, I don't know what the balance on that is.
Well, I mean, it keeps you from. If you can dart from one house to the next, then it's not so bad.
No, especially if you can find like a med kit somewhere.
That's true. If you find a med kit in a house, that's...
I was putting into the dev's ear about adding more stuff to the TV, and he was just talking about how expensive for licensing. I was like, yeah, but if you make your own, though. And I think they might be thinking about it. Might get
Hey,
some
y'all,
Apex
and welcome
commercials.
back. Welcome back to Baron. You are not the father.
You are not the father. I knew he was going to say it.
Ah!
Son of a bitch. Well, I found another umbrella in here. If anything, I'll
I
just
got
grab
one
that.
umbrella
Straight up
as
drop the umbrella.
well. I've got 2 umbrellas in this house. So far, all I've found
Well, I'm just going to use it to run to the next house.
umbrellas.
Tis the plan. I wish I could have my flashlight on at the same time. Who's missing tokens in here?
Yeah, it would be really nice if, I think they were saying, too, that they were trying to get him to move the walkie away from taking a
Yeah, that'd be
slot in
nice.
hand.
All right, I'm going down the street a little bit
Great.
in front of the truck.
I found coolant.
We could create commercials. You know, they did ask me, by the way, friends. They
All right, I
asked
got
if they
2
could
out
use
of
my
the 3
VOD for the
doors,
Steam page.
Open.
So if you go to their Steam page, there's
I
like
found
creators that
a-
they're going to have on there. I'll be one of them.
I found a jack.
Hey, listen up here, Jack.
And some
road
motor oil.
jack.
I got coolant.
Oh, shit.
You know, for a minute,
Explode
it was
outside the house.
So quiet. I
Let's get
forgot about
inside!
the
Oh my God. Wow, that was right outside.
Nah, this house is fine. It's all right.
Okay. Hey. Do you think we'd be safe in the oven?
Yeah.
It'll be totally fine.
Okay. Well, it tore part of the porch off. Just side note. Is my umbrella?
It's all right.
Hey, did you take my umbrella?
No.
You son of a bitch! Oh, look, a crowbar.
Oh, I made a mistake.
Yeah, you took my umbrella, didn't you? Mistake number 1.
Hot.
Hot, 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 hot. Yeah, what did we learn today, huh? There's another one, though.
Acid rain comes. That's
No.
what I learned.
I don't want you. I want the flashlight. Drop. Give. Oh, look, a nader.
Here's some coolant and some motor oil.
Oh my God, there's nowhere to get into this house. Okay. This doesn't even make any sense. Divine, thank you for the 11 months. Holy shiitake, dude. This is Major League Yikers, dude.
I remember.
Oh my God. Part of this garage has been ripped off.
Half my house.
Okay, I found another battery. God dang it. I keep finding a lot of stuff I don't need. Think it's tornado season? It might be.
All right. We got one more. We need one more coolant. I need some fuels and a tire, by the way.
I would love to.
I'm just saying. Like,
I'm just saying.
What we need.
Kev, thank you for the biddies.
Need, all right.
Got what I need. I'm just a friend. Hey, I found a jack. Do we need a jack?
Yeah.
I need a can.
I don't-
Oh,
Actually, there might have been one in the truck.
yeah. We already got one.
I'm sorry, there was a tornado that was about to murder me. Did you say we already have
I
one?
have fuel. We have a jack, yes.
Okay. So we need a tire.
A tire.
I'm
Yeah.
afraid to go that far, man. I don't.
Correct. We need a tier.
I hear another one spawning.
Oh wow! I found another jack.
Trying to run to this house over here. I don't know if. Oh, I see the gas station. You been there yet?
Oh, I found a fuel.
Thank you, Demon.
I was
Got a fuel.
just at a
Got a fuel.
gas
Got a fuel.
station, but it might not be the same one you're at. I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Coolant. I found some coolant.
Nice. All right.
All right.
Now we just gotta find a tire and a toolbox, which that
Okay.
gas station might have a good place.
All right. I'm in the gas station right now. I'm gonna take a look. All right,
I wish
let's
if you
see.
ran up underneath the trees that it wouldn't affect you as much.
I found
don't know if
another
that's
thing
a
of
thing.
coolant. I don't think we need
Yeah,
more though. I
some
think we
way
just
to
need
get
one.
away
Just need
from
one.
the acid.
Yeah.
We just need one. Some way to get away from the acid rain would be great.
I think it might be stopping right now.
Besides the umbrella.
There we go.
You know.
Yeah,
I think
stop.
it literally just stopped. Got what I need. But you say I'm just a friend.
Don't you fill that up? Don't you fill that? God damn it!
I said I had fuel.
Guys,
I
stop.
said I had fuel. Damn it!
I had fuel.
I'll be fine. I'll be fall down
stop.
a manhole.
First.
I'll be fall down a manhole.
Don't talk about the manhole like that.
Who was the one who fell down a manhole the other day?
Oh, that was me.
That was Flash.
That was totally me. I'm shutting the door.
If you're scared, maybe.
Okay. I'd say I made a good decision. Oh, I just watched this pole get snapped in half. What's our stuff looking like here at the Doppler? All right, that's an F2. Do I need to make an account or something for the player card and emblem though? Well, no, if you're logged into Twitch, you're good to go. What do you say? So we just need a tire?
Do we have a toolbox?
Oh, we need a toolbox too. Shiitake, you're right here. All right. I'd love for this tornado to F off.
Yeah, it's camping.
It's indoor camping. Look at that thing. Such a camper. Just watching the cars and trees and everything else go up into that thing.
It's so good. Yeah,
It's
I love
so great. Bye, tree. Miss you.
Fan a battery.
Hey, okay, all right. That's like our fourth battery.
That's like our fourth battery.
I like that.
Where's all the tires? Yeah, no toolbox.
I've
Maybe they're
found that
sleeping.
like there's always like one random thing that's just like rare to find.
Right.
Like everything else. you
Oh
find
my
to
God!
be-
I found a tire in a bathtub.
Oh my
Speaking of
God.
random thing, Baron.
Okay,
Yep.
so we need
Well,
What the hell?
a toolbox. And that's it?
So stupid. That's so dumb. Yeah, toolbox. And unbarred doors with the crowbar.
Do we have a crowbar?
There's a
I haven't
crowbar
even
in a
seen
house
any
that's
barred doors.
if you're
Oh, I have a crowbar.
if you're in the truck, and you're looking towards the front, the house to the right I think has a crowbar in it. I think there's a nader outside this house, which is why I'm kind of waiting. Oh, there's one right there.
do we have a toolbox though?
No, not yet.
I can't tell.
Yeah, break.
if
All you
this
gotta do is
destruction
find a
is from
door
there or
and
not.
just break open the door.
Well, I haven't seen any doors that needed a crowbar yet either.
running with a tire? That other nader, the F5 that's in the distance, keeps messing with me because it sounds like there's another one.
Get closer.
Okay, I have a tire. Dropping the tire on the ground. Yeah, this house, there's a crowbar in here.
I've got a crowbar.
For sure,
I just
there
need
must
to
be.
Find a door.
Is it this door?
I found a
Oh,
jack.
garage. Wait, I'm pretty sure that there's one in here somewhere. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I swear to God, I thought I saw one. Oh, do we need documents?
Flash is throwing. Not on this one, no.
Okay, no, we just need the crowbar. I swear I thought it was this one.
I thought.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was one across the street.
Okay, but do we still need the toolkit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still need the toolbox to be able to change the tire.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe it's on the one across the street then. Okay.
I'm just finding absolutely
That
nothing
doesn't look
useful.
good. That doesn't look good. I'm gonna go to this corner.
That doesn't
right?
sound good.
No, it doesn't look good. It doesn't sound good. This house is about to be ripped to shreds. That looks like a. That looks.
Not gonna lie, I may not.
Goodbye,
make it
Mary.
out.
I miss you.
I'm in the middle of a tornado.
I forgot to record.
In a house.
Yeah. I fell over. Oh no, I fell over. Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, it just knocked me over again. I don't know if that's the same tornado or not. Okay. Okay. Oh. I can't.
It's acid rain again.
Why am I getting I'm getting stuck on stuff. Okay. Oh my God. Okay, I'm in the truck.
Frank, where are you at?
I fell over.
I was trying to figure out how to get back downstairs.
All right, I'm gonna try this.
House.
Hopefully this
Go
doesn't
down.
screw anything up. I'm gonna try to record while we play. If that screws anything up, I swear to God, we'll
Yeah, if you
restart
want to go
everything.
downstairs, you just go down.
Yeah, I don't think any of the items
Thank
get
you.
lost.
Should I just jump off
No.
the roof?
Yeah, just jump.
I mean, there's not much left of the upstairs. I think that's the.
Yeah,
So
I haven't,
Oh,
I
there's
haven't
the
really noticed any
stairs?
fall damage.
So we're missing a toolbox?
Okay. Yeah.
I've got 2 doors. I am at, hold on. I'm making my way back downstairs. I need a crowbar.
Well,
at
we
this
can't.
house.
You can't do Nightmare unless you're the
I
right
see
level.
the van.
Drop
Are you at the
crowbar
van?
in
I'm at the
favor
vehicle
of-
right now.
Do you have a crowbar?
No.
Okay. Well, I need a.
I dropped the crowbar in favor of an umbrella because I didn't.
Oh, I found the tire.
Well, we have a tire outside of the. We have a tire outside of here.
Do we have a crowbar?
No, we need to get one.
Yes, over here.
Oh, you do have one.
No, well, there's one in this house over here that I just dropped in the yard.
Okay.
Okay. Go. Which one? This house over here?
This one on the corner.
Move chat so we can see objectives. I could. I don't know where I'd move it to.
Right here.
I'm just coming along for the ride for funsies.
All right.
Under my camera.
I'm
But
going across. I'm going
I
over
still
here to
haven't
the.
found a toolkit.
See the 2-story house behind the van?
Yeah.
That's the house that I'm heading towards. There's a couple of doors over here that need to be opened up, so I'm hoping that. I
Well,
can find
it's
a
going to be in the
toolkit.
way.
Maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Taking a lot of damage from this acid rain.
Now, a pickle that we're going to run into if I do this. A pickle we're going to run into is that My alerts
There's another door over here too.
might be a problem. I don't know. You guys let me know if that looks okay. Oh,
Did you
hey, there's
check
no
the
roof
rest
on
of the
this
rooms?
building.
Say what?
Did you check the rest of the rooms in this house?
No, I saw that there was no that there was a crowbar.
Gotcha.
Bandagy.
Okay.
I can use that.
Start looking.
Now we're just getting screwed over here because like we know what we're looking for, but we
There's
still can't
nothing
find
anywhere to. Yeah, we just can't find it anywhere. Can't see jack shit. Blondie, thank you for the biddies. Yeah, it's gonna be covering chat unless I move the alerts.
I can see you guys just fine.
Oh my god.
Looking in the garage.
I knew I smelled something. We'll adjust it. We can move them wherever you guys think. Gamer fan, thank you for the gifted.
I feel like Chingus is here with us right now.
Chingus, is that you? Hey, I found a jack.
This blue house.
So what are we missing?
We're just missing a toolbox. All we need is a toolbox.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, oh, I fell into. Shit, I wasn't paying attention. Whoops.
Did you just fall into a manhole?
I would never do that.
Okay.
My bad. That's my bad. Oh, I'm getting stuck by the nader. Getting stuck by the nader.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna make it out.
Yeah.
We have
Oh, look,
until it
another
gets to
scissor jack.
0.1 and then we're gonna be in trouble.
And then we might as well get our achievement for throwing darts at it.
You might as well go for it.
Oh, no, I think I've been in this house.
I found a portable conductor on top of a bed.
I mean, this is not from a lack of trying here.
Listen, we've been to like every single
Been like everywhere.
house. Oh, hey, a flashlight. Yeah, we've been to like every single one. There's just nothing to be found. Oh, look, another. Hey, I found a toolbox.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You found a toolbox?
I'm probably gonna die on the way there.
Where are you at?
I'm running to the truck. I'm in front of the truck to the left, running down the street, and I'm probably gonna die. So the toolbox will be on my body.
Oh, there you are.
Here. All right, how's your health? Oh shit.
It's fine. I've got about 50%.
You got 50?
Yeah.
Hold on. I can't.
We're almost out of time.
Yeah, hold on. All right, I dropped it in the truck. I dropped it in the truck. More naders.
Oh my god. I tried. What? The last
Holy
second.
shit.
Oh man.
That was just mean spirited. That was just mean. All right, do you guys want like? Are you guys cool with the chat being there?
I mean,
Is the
we
chat too
tried.
small like that?
I mean, I
Again,
love that you have that confidence.
Or is that
in me.
okay?
I really do, but
I can put it bottom left instead of putting it under here. Like I could move it over here instead. We tried real hard.
It was really small where it was, not really readable.
You guys tell me, boss.
He didn't even try, you know. He's my dad. He didn't even try.
Bottom looks great. Okay.
That gets me every time. I don't see you online, Chingus.
You know, he said the same thing about me. And you know what I say about that?
Don't you do it. Don't. Ow.
You missed. That's not.
He called
my
me
ghost.
One-Eyed Jack.
Oh, is that why?
Oh, God. They called me too behind Jack.
Hold on. I know what he's missing.
Oh,
Give him one of those.
oh, God.
And give him
We're,
one of those. Wait, hold on. There we go. Give you some nipples. Nipple tassels.
I don't need nip knobs in this game.
You
Nope.
might.
Nope.
You don't know.
Nope.
Ew.
Nope.
Here, would you like a third?
Found it. Dip, dive, duck, dip. Oh,
Dip, dive, dodge.
Testes.
1, 2, 3.
2.
Oh, right in the butthole. Got him.
okay.
Yes.
The bearded Baron has invited you to play Funnel Runners. Denied.
Wow.
Wow.
Imagine denying his love like that.
Right?
You got nothing.
Can't imagine anyone rejecting you. What do you mean?
Hey, oh, wow.
Hey-oh.
Change floor.
He's
4 flat
going for
tires in the van.
distance. He's going for speed.
Oh, there's so
Win
many
without
shaders.
ever
It's
leaving the van. Why do I feel
Yeah.
like
What?
there's
Yeah,
an
there's a van
achievement
camper.
to
There's an
win?
achievement for
Yeah.
van camping.
There's
Yeah.
I
an
feel like
achievement.
Genius is
The
gonna
game is
get
supposed to
that
release
before
tomorrow.
anybody.
Van camping.
Excuse me, sir?
I said I feel like you're gonna get that achievement before any of us.
That's not a thing. That's not a thing.
You know what else is not a thing? You coming into this game, apparently.
It was compiling shaders, sir. I'm sorry.
Did you
And by-
uninstall this game after we played
I
it
did
the other day?
not uninstall the game, sir. Don't you
I
write my
totally
name on that
believe
board.
you.
Don't you write my name on that board. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Oh. The session's invalid. You have to send me a new invite.
God damn it, Baron. Stop drawing rocket
Aaron, let's
ships.
break. I'm
Oh.
I'm over here. I don't
Okay. No, it is not.
know. I can't invite you.
You
Can
can
somebody else
tell
invite Chingus?
because
Oh my god.
I don't have.
If everyone
the
keeps
number one
inviting
on
me
my
and
deck.
keeps timing me out.
Oh, yeah, I can
stop.
invite him to watch. Okay. Oh my.
Hey, don't forget, open
Ooh.
manholes are a hazard. Damn it, break! Now I'm
Stab you.
stuck in disconnect. Stop it!
Invite crewmate Chingus.
I swear to fucking God.
You said you wanted an invite.
He said he wanted
Okay.
all of us to invite him. I was just helping.
What the hell's going on over here?
I can't connect.
Is that a coconut tree?
It says the session is full or invalid.
Wow.
Baron, did you set it to a max of 3 and then try to invite Chingus?
No, because I can have up to 4 people. How?
Let's see.
I don't know
Can I
what's going
just
on.
join on you? Hold on.
No, I don't think it lets you do that.
No, because I left out. We had
No.
to, we had to make
They're going nuts with the
Yeah,
whiteboard.
combination
Ugh,
with
Yuck.
Chingus
ugh,
again.
yuck.
Oh my God.
Barry,
Yeah, I
thank you
can-
for
I
the
can just
bit,
leave.
by the
I
way.
can just-
Thank you.
I can just leave.
Wow.
No,
Wow.
it's okay. Stop.
I can just leave.
Stop.
I can just leave. I can totally just leave.
Oh.
I can just leave.
Oh.
They're all gonna
Oh,
laugh
you
at you.
fool.
All right. Let's all talk about here for a second about why that the new aged Harry Potter is way better than the original Harry Potter.
I haven't watched it.
The what?
The new aged Harry Potter is better than the original Harry Potter.
There's a new aged Harry Potter?
Are you just
Yeah.
trying to get people triggered?
Huh?
What's
Yeah.
happening right now?
Professor Snape is black in this one.
That doesn't matter.
I don't know. People had said that before. I don't know. I haven't actually. Okay, we don't. Okay, okay. I don't know.
What?
That's what you get.
Failed to connect. Invalid session. What the hell is? Let me restart my game.
I think the devs probably were just like, we don't want Chingus on here.
We don't want him in
That's
there. We
fair.
saw what
Hold
happened.
on. I'm restarting the game.
Yeah, I joined right up. Leviosa.
Everybody else up in here.
Hey.
It's fine.
Hey.
Ooh.
Break was bleeding? Is that what it says?
Oh no. Sorry, bit rate.
No, I
Are you
didn't
dead?
finish writing.
Catching fire for a total of 10 minutes.
Really hard, okay?
Revive. I haven't done any revives. Unbarring 30 doors with a crowbar. Okay, we need to do this. I need to go ham with a crowbar. I mean, I could do that on my own time, I guess. Oh, hey.
Hey.
So you can
What was
change
that?
the color of the suit.
No inappropriate things on the board.
Oh.
I was making a skateboard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. How dare you?
No.
How dare you? All right.
Oh, look at this. The
All right.
light and flexible
Clicking that
outfit
invite you
boosts
just
your
sent.
movement
Hold
speed
on.
by 10.
Okay.
And these probably have like little boosts to them too. That's cool. I like that.
Nope. It's still not letting me
There we go.
join.
Hey, did you do a thing?
No.
Here, this is gonna be our little throwback since it's the 90s.
Hey, no gang signs.
Oh, god damn.
No gang signs, Break.
Fine.
Okay.
I think I was doing it backwards anyways.
Let me get another invite and try again. It's still giving me the same error.
Can you just right click join on me? I guess not, but
No, it doesn't.
Fixed it.
I'll break.
You know what? Actually, I shouldn't have erased it. I should have left it and just.
No, it's just not
changed
letting me
it.
join, guys. I don't know what's going on.
What if we joined you?
Yeah, we could try that. Just make
Every
a
time
game.
I
and-
host a game, it gets like fucked. Hold on.
Well, like I don't think it can get more fucked than what it is now.
Touche.
Every time we play, guys, I can't play the game. can't be much worse.
Who drew the picture?
Oh, I'm being told that they just rolled out an update. Is it possible that Chinggis is on a newer version than we are?
Yeah,
See,
I
maybe?
did just.
We might- I think we have to
It
update.
did update.
Oh, you
yeah.
could have told us, you dingus.
I
Yeah.
just assumed.
He
Look,
just
we updated it
reinstalled it.
mid-game?
That's why he didn't know. He just reinstalled it. That's why.
That's
Oh
wow,
my
dude.
God.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm telling them.
Oh, my.
Supernova. All right, I'll quit. Oh, wrong thing. All right. All right. Let us check listings. And there it is. Update indeed. Thank you for letting me know. No last minute bug fixes. I appreciate it. We're sitting here wondering like what we were doing
I
wrong.
don't know
That
why.
makes
I
perfect
really
sense.
wish that they would add it to this game,
That makes
though. I
perfect
would love
sense.
to see some livestock just get yeeted.
It would be really funny.
It would-
Oh,
it would be so good.
Just
Just
hearing
we
a
need to
distant
try and
moo.
have
Just
someone-
The
need
first
to
time
try
a
and-
helpless cow goes meow.
Maybe one of the maps will have, like, a
the
farm.
internet's
Maybe they
gonna have
will.
a fucking cow.
No, the game will have a cow.
Yeah.
we need to try and have someone fly into a nader tonight because we didn't do it the other day.
Oh, we tried. It was just the visual. I did see someone go
I know, we
flying,
can
but
try
like
again.
I was also about to go flying.
Yeah, fair. we
Is there
can
going to be a
try
meteor
again.
shower? That'd be cool.
Hold on,
Like a special
Genius. I'm
event?
compiling shaders.
I am
just
also compiling
reinstalled the
shaders.
game.
Use portable conductors to protect crew. I almost thought that said cow. Millsy,
Wait
thank you for
your
the gifted to
turn on the walkie-talkie.
Supernova.
How do are the portable conductors for the
Lightning.
To not get struck by
So that
lightning.
way you don't get struck by lightning.
Oh.
So if there's a lot of strikes
I
going
was
around, you
thinking
carry
maybe
one of
the
those
power
guys.
lines. Okay.
Well,
Are you
no,
having
you're,
fun
if
there,
you get
Genius?
no, if you run into a power line, that's owie time. That's not going to stop. The next map is the Great Plains. Are you guys actually going to add animals with sounds and stuff?
Remember, Apex.
The
is
destruction has
always
been
watching.
awesome. I've been loving it. I just accepted Chingis' invite. I don't know if I was supposed to do that.
Right,
Unless
the
he's in
poop
Baron's game.
Why is it
Immediately
telling me
just
to
like,
wait my turn
Aw.
on the walkie-talkie? I don't know how to share.
wait your turn, break.
You son of a...
You better turn my jazz back on.
I don't need
Is this a normal one?
Christmas
The scene in Twister.
underneath the tree.
It's normal difficulty.
You're so dreamy.
How do we get them to license that? So dreamy. All right, game on. All
Crowbar.
2 Apex documents,
Nice.
2 tapes, 2 newspapers.
right.
It doesn't seem to be acid rain.
Okay.
It is not. It is
Nobody
like,
has done the key.
Oh God, I'm carrying a crowbar and it's lightning.
Nailed
I
it.
was
made.
busy drawing
Mistakes
things,
are
okay?
Okay, no, you're fine. You do your thing. Hey, no, he
Yeah.
does not.
Yeah, he does.
Nuh-uh. You goofball. All right. I'm just going to go over this way.
I'm
You've got
I'm going west.
Yeah, I'm not picking up that defib. That defib can eat one. Parkour. Oh, shit. I'm stuck on a fence. Break, help.
I found
You're on your own.
coolant. I found
I'm very
coolant.
far away.
Nice. Okay. Hey, I found a document.
Yeah, we need
Ran
tapes,
as far as I
newspapers, and
could go.
documents.
Okay, well, I'm going to go and bring this back. There's somebody on fire over there.
I'm headed north, by the way.
I went really
my God. I'm going to chug the soda and run.
the range.
No. God damn it.
I found a newspaper. Holy shit, lightning.
All right, I'm inside. Oh, another energy drink. Let's go. That's clearly bacon.
Paper.
Yeah, I wish the
Found oil.
would say
That's so aggressive.
your hand.
All right. No, we don't need a battery. I'm just in a metal box right now. Don't mind me. Be fine. Phantom, it's so intense, and I love it. Oh, I wasn't ready. Maybe it almost made me jump. Oh, good. I'm in the bathroom. Perfect. Oh, yep. There's about to be a nader that going over top of me.
Yep,
Hold it.
Vader's coming.
Hold.
Cheddar's full. I got a fuse.
Okay. All right, nader's over there. Oh my God, there's so much shit on fire. I'm gonna go around to the front of this house and hopefully find something.
I have. We probably need a second coolant, right? I got one.
All right, I just made it into a house. Oh,
Oh,
look, an umbrella.
Jesus.
Oh, hey. Hi, Jingus.
Hi.
I found a granola bar.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff in here. I haven't found the garage yet.
Okay.
There's a scissor jack here, but we don't need it.
Ooh, bigger flashlight. Let's go. Get rid of that
I
guy.
found a bandage.
Ooh, nice.
Newspaper.
More
Oh
tokens.
dear.
Oh,
Ow.
oh, sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I'm gonna try to go next door.
Yep.
Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Oh, look, another umbrella. Oh, look, another granola bar. Oh, Lottie uncle.
Well, la-dee-da.
La-dee-da. Health pills. I'm trying to get as many tokens as I can.
Tire.
See Chingus the umbrella get stuff. Oh, it's Chingus. I was like, who the
Good.
fuck?
We need fuel.
Flash, can you carry a
forcefully.
Oh my god!
Are you okay?
Oh god.
Get in, get in, get in, get in. Get down.
We are
get down,
in. What do you
get
mean?
down.
You're all hanging out in the same house?
Get down.
This is no time to party, Baron.
Get down on it.
You can get down on it. Oh my god.
All right.
There's so much lightning and fire. Jesus.
Who's in here with me?
Chingus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have flash party.
Oh my god. All right, we need what? Fuel? Oil?
We got fuel.
I
We
have
need
fuel.
another oil, and we need to start looking for the other stuff.
Hey, is it a bad idea to be near the junkyard right now?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Jingus,
Doing great, sweetie.
Thank you.
you're doing good.
Oh my god! That struck directly in front of me. Oh my god. Holy shit! Okay, it's in the house now. It like me. I don't want it to like me. I'm gonna turn on the TV, okay? Oh, hey, what's on TV? Oh, custom construction. Oh, nice. Do we need... Oh, we do need tapes. That's literally the only thing in this garage. Tapes.
Well, I guess if we want.
When in Rome,
yeah,
I guess.
we need 2 of them, so.
Yeah, okay.
Whoever's at the gas station, there's a nader behind you.
Touch it.
I don't want to touch it.
You won't touch it?
The only thing I really saw in the gas station was batteries. I do not need.
Has anyone been
I think I
struck
got
yet?
double struck by lightning.
No.
I swear to God, I think I just got double struck by lightning.
Are you dead?
What did you?
I am not
All
deserve?
dead.
right, fuel's done. We just need oil.
All right, I have not seen oil yet.
I don't know where my body.
So you don't know where your body is?
All right, I'm headed south.
I don't know where my items went. I lost all my items. I literally think I got double
electrocuted
struck
and
by
is dead?
lightning.
I don't know where my body is.
Found a crowbar.
I too found a crowbar.
To the north, there's
Oh.
houses that are boarded up.
Okay, well, I'm just hoping to find some oil without it. They aren't registered? No, you have to take them back. Hey, I found another tape.
I got a tape as well. We're good on tapes.
Okay, I'll drop one then. I've got one on me.
No. We need yours and we need mine.
Another
Yeah,
fuel
no.
tank.
I have 2,
You had
so I only
2.
need one of
Oh,
them.
well, if you've got 2, just take them both back.
Well, goddamn. Wait, so you're not taking yours back?
If you're leaving yours,
I was gonna, so that way we
Oh,
both
God.
have an open spot to pick
It's
something
on
up.
top of it. The nader's here.
Go touch it!
Genius.
It's touching me.
Touching you! Oh, shit.
Nader time.
Sweet Caroline.
Oh my
So
God, there's
good.
no top of this
So
house
good. Oh, look, a battery next to a pool.
That sounds safe.
Oh, no. There's a second nader. Oh, no. It's a combat Carl.
Well, I found more fuel. Great. And a nader.
And a nader.
Oh, it's and a friend. What's this?
Lucky dog.
Hi.
Hi, Junior.
I've been here.
Hey, friend.
They want to give you uppies. I don't want it. I don't want it. Might have already been here before. Shit.
All right, I put both of the tapes in there.
Okay. Wait, so you also had 2 tapes?
I found 2 tapes. And
Okay.
I was just like, this is too confusing.
I'm just gonna
So
drop mine
There's a
then.
defibrillator in that other room.
All right, I
nothing
dropped
else up
mine.
here.
Okay.
Okay, so we're missing oil. If I go further? Yeah, that's what I was just thinking too.
Oil and one more Apex document.
Oh, hey, look, a nader.
We're not. We're
We
not
don't
missing
need
a
more of
Nader.
those.
But there's one right
There's
there.
stuff in this garage too. We really need to.
I haven't
This
found one of
house-
those
Wonder if we
little
can get in the back
scanner
door?
guys, unfortunately.
Is boarded up. That house is boarded up.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we need
Does it-
crowbars up here.
Well, now we do. Is there a back door
There's
that's open
stuff
by
in these
chance?
garages that are blue. So
Trying to see, but I
Damn.
don't know.
Nope. I need a nader. Oh, look, a defib.
Nope, back is boarded up as well.
yep.
What about these all the way down here? Okay, I'm going for a run. A jog,
I found
if
a
you will.
tire that we don't need.
What time is this going to come out tomorrow? I have no idea. No clue, friend. No clue. Man, these signs have definitely seen better days. Shit, this is boarded up too.
Well, you guys got crowbars.
No, I told.
No.
You said earlier, you said I found a crowbar.
I saw it on the ground. That doesn't mean I have it in my possession. Oh, look, a nader.
More
Here's
tires.
the junkyard. There's blue stuff on it.
Oh, you have a portable scanner. You son of a bitch.
I wasn't watching where I was going. I might have touched
Oh
the
god, the
thing.
nader's coming down on top of me.
Touch it. Around 13 hours. There you go.
Oh, it is coming right at me. Oh my god.
Oh, son of a bitch. I found coolant.
Nader's right here. Take cover.
Wait, did you bring the nader over here?
I did.
Why'd you bring the nader over here?
Stream
It
sniping.
wanted to meet you. It wanted to meet Mr. FlashForce.
Oh,
I
hey.
was like, I only learned
Oh,
about
nice to meet
because
you.
of FlashForce's YouTube.
Well, hello, nader. The old nader tomato. Look, it's right there, Chinggis. I'm gonna go touch
Oh,
it.
hi, Mr. Nader.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's sucking me up. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
I got you. It's okay, I got you.
Oh, thanks. Thanks, pal. Oh, look, another one. This is some bullshit, dude. We're getting camped. We're getting camped. Chinggis, that one's definitely coming right
That
for
one's
us.
definitely coming right
Great.
for us.
That
I'm
one's,
so glad that I ended up in the
in the
same
garage.
house as you guys.
Oh, wait, you're in there? Oh, my God. Oh, shit.
I recommend
Yep,
you're
yep,
right.
yep. Okay, okay. You know what? I didn't want to go in there anyway.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I really hated that
There's a
idea.
third one. There's a third one coming. It's going the same
No
way.
shot.
Flash, just want to let you know. It was nice knowing you. Ray.
I only got a little bit hurt. Just
Oh my God. Oh, it
one
created a
nader coming
sunroof.
right at
Oh,
us.
this is nice. Jesus Christ.
through.
Oh my God, there is another one.
There isn't a second floor.
No shot. Leave us alone, you bullies.
Oh my god. Do we make a run for it? I'm
Make a run for it. Best of luck, boss.
Doing great.
All right, that one dissipated. That one's coming right over here. I'm just gonna stand here. Just take it right to the face.
It's always one item.
Punch it. I should punch it. Yeah, I know. Oil. It's gonna be behind the frickin' barred off doors.
Well, I got a crowbar
Total
on
tweak.
me. So
Rhodey, thank you for the 40 months, Rhodey. Oh God, if this is an F4, I might not make it. I guess we'll find out in a second. Definitely fell down. Oh, I fell down again. Oh shit. Well, most of that house is gone. Not entirely sure how I lived. Did we lodge?
I believe in you.
I got an oil.
Yes.
Yes, let's go.
I got an oil. We just need an Apex document if anybody finds one, but it's not required, but it will help a lot.
Okay.
I'm dropping down my crowbar. I'm headed back to the.
I'm gonna try to see if I can
Did
find
Did
a
anyone
last
see
minute
one
document.
that they just didn't pick up?
I don't know.
I didn't see
Definitely
any documents. I did see a newspaper, but that was it.
Yeah, we already got those.
Bitrate sacrifice. Yeah, those static screens get really rough. Oh, I found another
Before
tape.
the big storm.
Thank God. Oh man, this house is falling apart too. Holy shit. Oh, there's a defib up here though. What the? Okay. Please shut. Please shut, you son of a bitch. Okay. All right. I feel like I need to get back to the truck.
I mean, you got time, right? We got him. Basically, you want to be back before the F5 gets to like 0.2.
I think there's a NATO spawning on top of me.
That is correct.
And this place is boarded up. Oh, look, a tire.
One just went over the top of my face.
I'm just trying to run in an opposite direction of that tornado.
That's what I'm doing.
There's one level right now. One right now, but there will be more.
I may not make it out.
So we're just missing an Apex document?
Well, I mean, that's it for like a perfect
Oh, but we need
game.
oil though, yeah.
No, I've got
You
oil.
got the oil.
Oh, if you want the perfect, I got you.
Yeah.
Push come to shove, if you can't find anything.
Yeah. I'm literally getting chased by naders.
Can I come in?
Yeah, the tornado literally drove over the van.
Is that
It
coming
drove
this way?
over my house.
I know, I watched it.
Can I make... Is that NATO coming at me? I think the answer to that is yes.
I'm not sure where you are, but very possibly.
Well, the good news is that the gas station has survived.
I'm thinking... Oh, it's going the
Oh
other way.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Completely intact.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did we
Running.
ever get into the houses that were boarded
I'm
off?
running.
They're probably where the Apex document is.
Oh,
Yeah, it's... Oh my God. Oh boy. Hey, Plague, how are you? Hopefully me recording this... Oh my God. Hopefully me recording this will make it a better because
just when
the
you thought it
bit rate
couldn't
on
get any
stream
worse,
definitely
hey,
takes a dump.
everybody.
I found the truck.
Found the truck. Holy dude. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find it.
We're gonna find it.
Not without a
I don't think so.
crowbar.
Chaos, thank you for the follow. You've got the dart, so you're willing to sacrifice your life. Wow, you threw that really far.
Come on, Break. Get back to the truck.
Break is
in
here.
The truck. I'm in the truck.
You mean come on, Baron?
Missing Baron, yeah.
Baron, run!
Fine.
Oh God!
Go faster!
I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right.
Look at the gas station.
It's fine.
Yeah, we should get out of here. Yeah.
Sure.
But it still has
Go,
gas in
Jenkins,
it.
go!
I mean, if you're feeling like it, you know, whatever you're in the mood for.
I kind of like this town. I think it's got pretty cool potential.
You should get the hell out of here, please. before my ears fall off. Rude Little Grinch, welcome in. Jesus, dude. We did it. Dun, 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 dun,
I
dun,
was
dun.
alive.
There's 11
I'm so
naders,
proud of
2
myself.
storms. Oh my god. Play on every other platform, might as well.
Wow.
Found in Twitch. Hey, I
We had a
appreciate you.
negative 150 for not finding that.
Wow, dude. Way to go, Chinggis. What ears? Okay, touche. Good
I
point.
mean, I'm sorry.
It's okay. We forgive.
Sorry.
I
Oh,
guess
the
we're
song
still
changes.
doing everything the same because there's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
Here we go.
I thought I broke it there for a second. I threw the dart into the thing, and then all of a sudden the
The
screen
radio just
turned, and I was
breaks?
like, oh,
that'd be kind of funny.
oh no.
Listen, I'm cool with anything, just not acid rain and hail, please. Kenner, thank you for the 9 months.
See,
Welcome
now you have to
in.
say that. Now it's gonna be acid rain and hail.
It's gonna be both at the same time.
Acid hail, please.
Acid hail.
no.
Oh no.
acid hail rain.
Oh, what
Unbar a
the, what,
door
oh, what
4
the acid
times.
hail? Ow. Oh, yep. Here we go. Yep. There's acid rain.
Are we acid raining?
Yep.
Yeah.
There is an umbrella right here
Browser, thank you for the super chat.
and a crowbar.
Naders. I'm gonna go into this close house and see if I can find anything useful. Is someone turning the key?
Yeah, he's doing it now.
Indeed.
Okay.
I got
Jeez.
you.
I found
Yeah.
some tokens. Hey, I found some
wonder if
oil.
the game. I found coolant.
Were you-
We
what were you gonna
need
say, Baron?
oil,
We need
coolant,
coolant.
fuel, tires, fuses. We literally need everything.
Oh, and then use a crowbar. Okay.
I have a crowbar.
Nice.
I don't know where you're at though.
Well, I don't have any
Okay.
Just
boarded
run
up
around.
doors near
Just run
me.
around and just open up any door. Yeah. Just.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And Lai, welcome in. Would you pick it up? Thank you.
There's scissor jack in this house.
Oh, scissor me, Jack. Okay.
No, where'd my crowbar go? I need that back
What?
first. That's more
What?
important.
I'm sorry. What?
It's
what
the
did-
house that's right next
What did you?
to.
What did you say? Oh, there's someone street
Half
over
freezer?
here. I got you, boo boo. I got you, boo
Very
boo.
nice. Apex document.
Okay, not a girl. You don't need it, but that's okay.
Yeah. On this one,
But we
the
don't need
secondary
it.
is it's just unbarring the doors with crowbar.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm on it.
Hey.
Hey,
Hmm.
Be on it,
I'm on it.
my man.
I'm off it. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know. Don't ask me.
There's a nader forming right by the truck.
Roger that. I'm getting in the truck. I am in the truck. I'm shutting the door. Wait,
Do
maybe
we have
not.
a jack? Do we need a jack?
We do because we need a tire.
The jack is in that first house next to the.
We do have to change the tire. Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I think I'm getting sucked.
Can you describe it?
Your friends invited?
There's an electrical wire literally right behind the vehicle, by the way.
We don't need a
Radar.
battery, do we? No. Okay.
I would love to drop this thing. Like, get
Are we
this
good
in.
with fuses?
I have some.
All right,
I'm being camped again. That's coming directly to the truck. What is this one? Holy shit. Oh, this is the F. Okay, this is an F4.
Yeah, can it F off so I can leave this
Careful, SpongeBob. Oh my God. Like, I can't go anywhere. Okay.
It's
Yes.
slow moving, man.
Oh, I can see things now. Let's go. You okay? Ah!
Yeah, no, I'm great. I'm super.
Ah! What did I just turn into? Naders? Alright, let's see what I got in here. There's something blue in here. What is it?
Okay, fuses are done.
Well, no. There's anything that's you. Oh, okay. You got fuses. All right. Well, on the little portable radar, anything useful for like the tires or fuel or any of that will turn out blue on the radar. Looks like there's something towards the back.
Chingus, do you still have that crowbar?
Oh, defib.
I do.
There's
That's not what I
a
was
there's a
referring to.
I'm out of health. I'm healing up
There's
real
a-
quick.
okay. There's a pale green house with two American flags out the front of it. That's a 2-story house with a garage on it, and the front door
Maybe
is
it's upstairs.
barricaded.
It might be
I think
upstairs.
that's you over to the east.
The Naders want to play Pokemon Go.
I am employee number 2. There's also this front door on another mint pale green house, one
there-
story with a garage that also
Is there an
needs a
upstairs to
crowbar.
this piece? Or no? Maybe it's just a single story. Hey, Ray-Van. How are you? Yeah, maybe it's just a single. Okay. It might be outside then.
I got a tire.
Okay.
We got the tire. We got the jack. We found a toolbox?
I don't know. I'm really tired of you talking about it.
We have a toolbox in the truck.
I have a toolbox right here as well. Do you? I guess we don't need it.
Okay.
'Cause you
I'm coming back. I'm coming back. I'll do the tire and everything.
So we need fuel and oil.
I am east of the truck, by the way, Chingus. That's where I am.
Yeah. I went east. I'm doing the 2-story house that you found right now.
Okay, cool.
Seconds.
I
Fuel.
need
There's
to
fuel
go-
in
I
this
need to
house
find
that I just
shelter.
undid. I can't carry it because I've got crowbar.
Oh, I'm gonna die.
I,
Oh, there's a chance I might
did we
too.
say we had a tire?
Yeah, I have a tire. I have a tire.
Okay. Holy. Oh, crowbar. Oh, that bad boy is going right over top of me. Uh-oh.
Oh, same.
Oh, she's a big one. Oh, shit.
She's gone right over top of me now too. Don't hurt me.
Oh, my. Oh, God, I might die.
Don't hurt me.
Yep. Oh, boy.
No. Oh, God.
Remember me. Oh, no. There's no way I'd live through this, right? There's no way. It's a big old nader and she's taking her time. I stood up in the house and the tornado just took me away.
Okay, you won't be fine.
You might see, wee. Oh, I just fell through the map. Oh, wait, I'm back. And I'm dead. I almost wish there was a way to turn off like the static stuff. Unless there is and I just don't know about it.
All right, all of the, or at least the side quest is done.
All right, you can do this.
Or the
Tire's
crowbars.
been changed. All right, we need an oil, and we still need 2
Like a streamer
fuels.
mode. Well, just the ability to turn off the static TV thing.
All right, I found a fuel.
Yeah, because that, I mean, if you're trying to
blinking the
stream it,
crowbar,
when
I'm
you
blinking
get to
the
that,
Did
it's
you
really
say
rough.
There was another fuel somewhere that we could grab that you saw, or is that the only one?
Which is possible. I just don't
there
know.
was. I don't remember where it is off the top of my head. I called it out when I saw it.
Video,
and that was it.
display mode, VSync, frame rate. I get off this.
Oh, I'm about to die.
Or
I didn't
not.
realize.
Oh, maybe I can't change it while I'm in game like
I
this.
found a fuel at the gas station, but I am gonna kick the bucket here.
Okay, global illumination, reflections.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'm
I
dead
don't
on
know.
the corner by the gas station. I had a fuel thing on me.
I'll have to look into it because I don't know.
Oh, fuck me. You gotta be shitting me. It's spawned right in front of me.
You'll be fine. Every time you unalive it disconnects. Interesting. Thank you, Launch. I don't know why it's doing that. Chingus is sitting here with a gas can staring at a tornado.
I am.
Changed my video source from auto to 1080p 60. That solved it. Oh, what was happening, Lodarsha?
I'm trying to get into the truck. Closing the truck doors.
Oh, is Brake dead too?
Oh, God.
Right?
Yeah, I
It's
died to
dead.
the acid rain. I wasn't paying enough attention to my health.
Ah.
Oh, God, there's two people dead. All right, one of you is just north of the truck. One of you is southeast of the truck, right?
When you die, the stream quality takes
Barry,
hard. It's
you're
because
in
of
a
that
house.
static screen. That's why.
I'm
What?
going after bodies.
Yeah, that the
if
static
you find
screen
my
stuff that
body, there's
happens,
fuel
it
on
makes
me.
it go insane.
Yeah, I don't even know where anything is at right now.
So if there's a way to turn it off, I don't know. Maybe there is. I just didn't see
I got
when
oil.
looking in the settings.
I'm not very far from the truck. I'm on the corner by the gas station. And I don't know if you want to worry about reviving me or just grab
All
like,
blur and pixels.
gas.
Yeah.
No, we want to because otherwise it'll take points away.
Creating additional frames computed for existing inputs. I don't need that.
Oh, I think I see the gas
Ray
station.
tracing.
Oh, okay, I see you. All right, hold
See
on.
me?
I see
Damage
Drake.
intensity. Wait,
All right,
where'd
I'm
you see
dropping
that,
this. I'm
Mole?
going for flash. I'm going to grab a heal first.
Damage intensity. Did you see that over in like camera or something?
Hold on, Drake. I gotta heal up.
No, you're good.
The first page you opened? It's under camera. Oh, camera shake. Controls the strength of the camera shake when taking damage. Interaction intensity controls the strength of the camera shake.
You guys know how much this game is gonna cost when it does come out?
No, I do not.
Don't come this way. Don't come
Please
this
get
way.
your partner's. You know
Don't
I'm
come this
dead,
way.
right?
Don't come this way. Oh God, my health is so low.
15
All right,
bucks.
I'm coming,
Oh,
Brett.
thank you,
Oh,
Benny.
God. God.
Word on the street is it's going to be like 15 bucks.
Oh, 15 bucks. So.
That's the word on the
All right.
street.
All right, Flash, this is gonna hurt.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna hurt.
Thank you, sir.
Just hold on, Drake. I got you.
There.
Look at me, your hero, baby.
Oh, was it there? Did I miss it? Give me a sec. Did I miss it? Where'd you see it? In camera? No. No. Where did you see it?
Hey. I found this deadbeat over here. Hold on. Oh.
The strength of the CRT pros pos 0, right?
I'm gonna give you a ride of your life.
Oh my God.
Let's see what that does.
Oh God, Nader just formed next to me.
Okay, that
I don't have enough health to
that
finish.
felt
It's like gas.
that felt identical.
And we're out of credits.
Like when it says CRT strength, I don't even know what it's talking about
I can
now.
get one more hit.
Adjust the strength of the CRT
So we just need to get
post-processing
this
effect.
fuel can, or the fuel
Yeah,
can.
but there's a Nader right outside. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
It's, like,
I'm
right
waiting.
there.
I'm waiting.
Still draw. Yeah, it's going to. Yeah, I thought it maybe removed the static show CRT
back to life.
elements.
It is right on top of us.
That's gameplay. Went back to normal faster.
So Flash is to the south of us. Flash, once we get this fuel in, we're done, sir.
Okay.
Wait, do you
We got
have
obstacles and
that
everything.
fuel?
You got this.
It's in my
F4
hand.
coming right at the truck.
fuel the tornado just took me.
Tornado.
So that hey, you can go put that in. That wasn't true.
Okay.
What the hell?
The static was short. Got to test with a NATO. Yeah.
Again. No, my health was fine. The tornado pulled me in.
Did you pull back?
Oh, Flash is in the truck.
I tried.
Hi. I was messing with the CRT. I'm trying to remove the CRT thing. That's really jacking up the bitrate.
Oh.
Yeah, I was doing that to me the other day.
Yeah.
Too. It was
Oh no.
awful.
Oh no. There's another one. There's another one.
Just touch it. All right.
Oh
so
my God.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
If
another
I don't
F4.
think I'm gonna make this.
Oh my God, it's coming right for us.
Oh shit. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
I dropped
Never mind.
the tank.
Never mind. Never
Save
mind.
yourself.
Never mind. Barrett? Barrett?
He's
What if I look up the window and we just see
Dropped the
Barrett go
tank right by
flying?
the
He
truck.
dropped it on the corner.
I dropped it on the
The hailstorm
right on the truck.
faded.
I'm
All right, the
taking it
hailstorm's
to the park.
faded. As soon as we can get past this nader, I can see Baron in the park.
Okay.
I see Great East. You go for Baron in the park. I'll go for her in the east.
I just need to know which direction to go to get him.
Okay.
East
Flash,
north.
if you look out to your left, look outside to your left, look down. There's a gas can right there.
I see
Right
the
by your
gas
feet.
can, but I was worried about you. Is
I'm
there
dead.
another one?
No, let's move it away.
Is that coming at us?
Let's move it away.
I trust you. Oh my God, we need more fuel.
Yeah, we needed one more fuel.
Yeah.
Brake had it.
All right, Bear, were you this way?
Oh, is that not the one
I
that
am
I
to the north.
had by the gas
He's
station?
Somewhere in a
north
park.
from the truck at the corner of the park.
I
At the
thought you-
corner of the
Truck towards
park.
the park. Yeah, there's a park. I don't know. I saw it right before my face hit the pavement.
Get up, brake.
I don't know where he is.
Okay.
I'm gonna go look. I'm gonna go look at
I
the
saw
thing.
another gas over here on the sidewalk. I think is the one that brake
There was
dropped.
one, yeah, at
Okay.
the gas station by the
He's
truck.
behind the truck to the right.
There's a gas tank right here.
He's
There's
over
a
here.
gas tank right here.
Okay.
Going for it.
I'm
gonna see if I can get Baron.
Gonna do my best to get back to the truck because I'm
trying.
slow
I'm trying.
AF.
Yeah, I was getting pulled by both tornadoes.
All right, you're over here
All right,
somewhere.
couldn't get
Oh, there's
to
your
the truck.
corpse.
Oh, there it is. I'm
Come here, big guy.
I'm okay.
No, it's okay.
I'm alright. Hey, everybody.
Rob, brake,
hey.
get in the truck.
Look,
Get
he's
into
waving.
the
Everybody,
truck.
look.
It's,
I'm coming.
It's so close. We're at 0.3 miles.
It's okay. We're running. We'll be fine. Oh my God, your Baron, your image has you have two little X's over your eyes and a frowny face.
Get in
I
the
got him.
truck.
What do you think I'm trying to do?
Or
Oh my
would
God,
it
I just
let me
lagged. Okay, there you
Move fast.
I was gonna say you just did a
All right, watch
spin,
out,
so
Frank.
I don't know
Let
what
him
you were
in.
trying to do.
Let him in, drop him.
Get his ass.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
There we go.
All right, here we go.
Oh
All
my
right.
God,
Get in the
we all
truck. Start in
survived.
the truck.
Get us out of here.
Wow.
His little drawn on
Open
face.
the door. Get some fresh air in here.
Yeah. Let me throw my dart.
Hey.
Get my complimentary dart.
We're leaving.
I didn't get to put my dart in the nader.
Woo! Ay, caramba, dude. Tornado looks friendly. It looks like something. Phew. Yeah, I'm gonna ask about the CRT stuff. Try to figure out what's up. Disable CRT.
Nice.
Nope, nobody has asked about it. Okay, I'll message them. I'll message and ask later.
No.
Nicely done, team.
So, how you feeling? Do you want to keep
Electrified.
going?
Oh, we're still
Well,
going.
I'm
Oh, we're
halfway
going
through
there.
level 8. If we can get to 10, like I said, then I can unlock the next
It's
highest.
perfect games, man. It's where it's at. There's different difficulties. Yes. So on the standard right now, but when you get to level 10, you can do nightmare. We don't know what that looks like yet. All right, quick.
Well,
Run.
good morning. Welcome.
Reclaim tokens. Oh, that's easy day.
Oh, I like
It's just
that.
those Apex. Yeah, those Apex tokens.
Yeah, we're storming through those anyway.
I'm headed
Crowbar.
north.
I
should've
kind of want to
grabbed
go
a
find
flashlight.
boarded up
Oh,
houses.
wow.
What?
Did anybody turn the key? I thought Jingo's.
I've got it. I've got it. I've got it.
It's like,
I don't know if you want to know what that looks like. Yes, I do.
fuses,
Okay, that's not
tires.
boarded up.
yeah.
I found a toolbox.
Fuel, oil.
Oh, good.
Okay.
I got a
None of
fuse.
these look boarded up. I'm gonna go to that house anyway.
I've got a crowbar for anybody who needs a boarded
I
up house.
also have a crowbar. I'm trying to actually find doors.
Oh, very
right now.
nice. I went south from the truck.
We'll see how she goes. That, thank you for the follow.
I went north. So.
I went east.
But I went to like the furthest away.
Okay, no need to brag.
Yeah.
Wow.
you
Okay,
know,
there's
I just
something
went as far
underneath.
as I could. How to get away from you guys.
Is that a document? I don't know what the hell that is. I can't get to it. Whatever.
Found another crowbar.
Found a jack.
Oh, nice. We need
Jack's
that.
good.
I'm just gonna get it after the crowbar. I don't think I need the crowbar right now.
There's an extra one to the south in the thing anyway.
All right. Umbrella. Oh, look, another jack. Oh yeah. Do maps change? So this is the
Well, do you
beta.
know?
This is the beta, so we're
We
not
need a
going to see
battery?
that.
We do need a battery.
Popping in
credits
mod
on
rounds to say hi and hope you guys are having great fun rounds. We are definitely trying,
There's
friend.
another jack.
Oh, cool. Acid rain. I didn't know Christmas came
no.
early this year.
Oh, just what I wanted. Is it my birthday?
But it's been good. I'm trying to figure out about the CRT stuff, how to disable it, because it's been wrecking my bit rate and really screwing some stuff up.
All right, fuse is done. Hey, there was a jack in the van.
Son of a bitch! Right, I wanted to come back here anyway, so we could listen to music together.
Well, there's an umbrella there.
I found fuel.
Nice. Do you still have that toolbox?
I still
Greg?
have no because I can't carry both. Oh shit.
Oh, we need
have
the
you
toolbox.
tried?
We need the toolbox. 'cause
Yeah,
we need
because
it for
they
the
take up
battery
too
and
much space.
Yeah, but just put the other one on your shoulder or something.
Okay, listen here.
I'm
We
just
gotta
giving you
go back
with the
ideas. You don't
toolbox
have to use
first.
them.
yeah, we definitely need the toolbox.
Found some more tokens.
The other problem is now there's acid rain, and this was in like the farthest away house. so
Yeah,
love
touch
that for
it.
me.
I have fuses. Oh, we had fuses already.
I've got fuel.
Renator.
Yeah, that sounds bad.
Naders don't exist.
Haters want a hug.
Oh, is that all that's wrong?
So what is that then?
Toolbox in the truck.
Do we have a battery?
Batteries out front. The truck.
Oh god, that's it right for me.
If not
Thing is,
friend,
you
why friend
okay?
shaped? This one's definitely got
If
some
you're
wheels
not
on
supposed
it.
to eat it, then why is it shaped like a noodle?
Do we have a battery for the truck?
I found
Yes,
oil.
we have a battery for the truck.
Okay, because like I can't restore my health because the battery's out.
Oh my god, this stupid acid
You
rain,
have to use
dude.
the toolbox.
Oh, for the battery?
Yeah.
Just gonna
Okay.
run through the acid rain and pray. Go, go, go. Oh my god, the roof is almost completely off this thing. Okay.
All right, I have oil. I'm coming back to the
The
truck.
battery's out.
There's something useful in here. Where is it? Oh my god! I found
Two
another
batteries
scissor jack.
in.
There's no way there's this many, right?
Yeah, if we needed to find one, we wouldn't be able to find it. but because we had one in the van, we'll find
There's
30
17 of them. You know what? F this thing. Give me the umbrella.
Oil's done.
Okay.
of them. Nice. We found a tire.
A few more
Oh, shit,
tokens.
there's a nader right here.
Oh, there's a nader. I'm on the run. Nader on the
I just
run.
need a tire.
And on the road.
There's another nader forming. It's an F3.
What are they
we
making?
getting tires?
Are they making
We haven't found
muffins?
tires yet.
Oh man, that looked like a great muffin. All right, so we need a tire.
Oh no! Who left?
Oh my God! Who left the door open?
I don't know who opened the door. I just left.
Who was in the? I came into the van and somebody opened up the door.
Did somebody
It
just
was
get sucked out of the truck?
I got sucked out of the truck.
Got sucked out of the truck.
I did not
So
open
you're
the door. The
saying
door
there's
was
a
open, so I
chance.
left.
So what I'm hearing is that Brake opened the door.
I did
and I got
not
sucked
open
out.
the door. You cannot blame this on me.
I'm nowhere
I'm
near
blaming-
y'all.
Well, there was somebody else in the.
She
I was in the truck. I was looking at the weather thing. The door was closed. So
Yeah,
whoever
and then I
left
came
the
in
truck,
and shut the door, and then somebody left behind me, which was
Guys,
Brake,
stop.
and she left the door
was
open.
open. Sir,
It
you
was
did
in the
not
process
close
of
it behind
closing.
you.
It was in the process of closing.
Guys, please. With the power of friendship, okay.
Well, now Genius and I are both dead, by the way.
Oh, okay. Oh shit.
Yeah, we weren't expecting to get sucked out of the van.
Oh.
But did you
Y'all
at
probably
least
shouldn't have left the
enjoy
door
it?
open.
We got betrayed.
Right? Wow.
Pro tip.
Pro tip, don't trust Frank.
Okay.
That's what I'm hearing.
Damn, fellers.
You ever been
That's
sucked out of a
just
van before?
mean.
No.
No.
Can't say
How
I
was
have.
it? Where are you?
Somewhere on the pavement. That's where.
Holy
my God.
shit. Wow. Okay. So you guys were in the truck, yeah?
Yeah.
They're complete opposite ends of the map now.
Oh my God.
Okay. Go out back 2 streets over to the right. I need the rain to stop. I can't carry them without dying. You gonna shut that door?
Trying.
Let's go.
Press the button like 25 times.
Right, let's go.
Sure she did. I believe
You
her.
can't blame me for your mistakes.
Oh my god. How big is this guy?
I should have been recording.
Yeah, that's an
this so
F4.
I could then send you proof that it was not me. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's an F4. It's a world destroyer. Oh my
well, I
god.
hope we didn't want anything in that direction.
So if I open
Yeah,
the door
open up the
right
door.
now,
Open up the door. It's fine. Yeah,
If I
just
open up
it
the
It'll be
door-
all right. It's totally fine.
how funny would that have been?
Is one north and one south where?
I'm gonna go to the one behind. Oh shit! My brake! Brake, I don't want to alarm you, but I think you're
I can
alone.
see it. I can see it. Oh, I see my body.
I'm gonna
Right
land.
there.
I'm gonna land. I'm gonna do it. Hey,
yeah,
that was
you can make it.
that was way stronger than I thought it was gonna
saw
be.
Brake
Here.
open up the door, and you got
Alone.
sucked out of the
She
van
did.
blast.
I watched it. I tried to walk.
Yeah.
Look at my body
Well,
twitching.
actions over
Jesus.
by whoever is to the north.
Yeah, see that? That right there. Wasn't as
well,
bad.
that's good.
Okay.
Look, just take the defib out.
I would love to be able to
That's
remove
what
it
I'm gonna do.
entirely,
I'm
or
just
just
gonna
like
take
have it be way faster.
Do we have a defib?
Well, no, you're gonna have to find a defib.
Mere flesh wound.
You started this predicament, ma'am. Now you get to undo it.
I mean, you did open
I
the door
did
eventually.
not.
This is
Did
pretty true.
not. Oh my god.
Poor
You
genius
just have to
children
seen
are calling out for
A
Papa right now.
defib.
Papa.
No, my
Papa.
face is on the pavement.
Oh my god.
All right, and then I 100% heard. I heard Flash say, "Is it safe out there?" And Break said,
Break.
"Yep."
I heard her going, absolutely.
It's so
100%, guys. Go
100%, man. I love farts. What? Whoa. I was gone.
Excuse you.
Oh, it's your turn. Hey,
Oh,
Dude,
right.
guess what's beside you?
This is a lost cause.
guess what's
No, it's not
beside
a lost
you?
cause. We can come back from this.
Look at it. You gotta look at it. Well, okay, what are you gonna do?
Don't go back inside the same house.
Okay, you know what?
The
You know
house
what?
without the roof? What are you gonna
Yeah,
do?
Take me. Wait, let me get my dart
Okay.
first. Shit, where's the
Oh,
dart?
mistakes
Oh,
remain.
my dart.
Look. It looks like a lot of fun, though.
So I just rewound the VOD. Baron 100% came into the truck to buy healing and didn't close the door behind him.
He went to go get
It was not
receipts.
great.
I closed the door.
Vindicate. Thank you.
You did not. It's captured for
I
The
hit
flashlight's
the-
flying. I mean,
hit the
it's
door to
pretty
open
entertaining.
it and
Hello,
hit
Auntie.
the
It's
door.
pretty
Close
fun.
it.
You double clicked the door. You closed.
What if
and then
alongside the
reopened
meteor
it when you
shower
were
idea, there's a
panicking,
volcano map
trying
that
to
has
escape once you
fire
realized the door
tornadoes in
was
the mirror?
open with the
How
nader
cool would
there,
that be?
sir.
If
It's
there's
in
like a
your
volcano
VOD.
as the F5
It's
and
not
like
in
you're
my
trying to
VOD.
escape before the
100%.
volcano erupts.
Mods, can we ban
He's
out
gonna find
Chingus?
some way to
Wow,
erase just
dude,
that 30
dang, don't do
seconds.
that. He tried real hard. Did I say try real hard? Wait, which one is he?
Wow. We got 20
It's at
points off of that.
5 hours and 15 minutes in. You'll see the whole thing transpire.
Ow. Okay, Break still left and didn't shut the door.
That did
Whose fault
happen.
is that?
Break did leave with a nader right next to us and didn't shut
Yeah.
the door. That did happen. However, you're the one who
I
opened
didn't
the
open
door
the
to
door
get
in
in
the
the
first
truck.
place.
There's so
And
much
then
arguing,
didn't
Break-
guys.
close
literally,
it.
Lost into
Break-
the follow.
Break standing right here
Opened
like
the
this.
door and then
Break
did-
standing
and-
right
and
here.
went straight to the healing
She's
machine.
out looking out here,
And then it's
plotting.
sucking you out, and you're like, oh God, you click it, the doors start closing, you go, oh God, and you click it again and open the doors, and everyone gets sucked out.
No, Break was standing right here. I came inside. Break was plotting her escape.
This is why we can't have nice things.
And then I thought that I was fine. And then on
I'm gonna
top of that,
purposely
then
go
when
get
it's
taken by a
left to
damn
Break,
NATO.
she just commits Sudoku.
That's true. Yeah, she did commit the Sudokus where she could have saved
Yeah.
our lives. I
Yeah.
put it
I
all on the
could've
line
saved
for
us.
my
Right.
friends.
It was like, oh no, never mind. I don't want to do that.
At
It
what
was
point
a
are we going
lost
to
cause.
calm the down? No, never. We're just gonna be upset the whole time.
Never.
Little sissy girl, little sissy girl.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna be a little touchy. All right.
You know, where were you during all this, Flash?
Flying in the
Yeah,
tornado. Hey, it's raining, and it hurts. Yes.
So, just
Go-
like
go
honking
on.
the horn.
Thank you, Archmage. Oh, look,
I'm
a
in the gas
scissor
station
jack.
right here
I
next
mean,
to.
do we have one in the truck or no?
Oh, wait.
I didn't notice. I grabbed the
No.
umbrella
Yes,
out of the
yes,
truck.
there's a jack. There's
Okay.
a jack and a defib in
All
the
right.
truck.
Good deal. That just lets me know I don't have to worry about it.
Good, there's
No
scissor
tire in the
jack
tub.
and-
Okay.
It's a good
There's
place to look.
fuel right here. Grabbing that.
Call today. Who's Jack? Why is he always scissoring? Great question.
Apex tokens.
Nobody checked the mission board.
Check the mission board.
I'm not there. I'm in a house.
Hold on. I'm going back to truck.
All right.
I'll check the
If you're
mission
close,
board.
if you're close.
I got it. I put the. I was just putting fuel in.
2 Apex
Oh, never mind.
documents, 2 Apex tapes, and 2 newspapers.
All right. I've got one of those tapes on me.
I got a newspaper on me.
This house is so cute.
We
I
need.
don't know where people went, but I'm headed west.
We don't. We're good on
Um,
fuel. Just as a heads up.
The umbrella could be useful, however. Give me fuel. Give me fire. Give me that one. That. All right. Not much here. Think it's a mimic? I think you're right. I'm gonna need the umbrella though, because I'm gonna get hurt. I'm gonna get hurt if I do go out there like this. Well, shit.
I'm finding plenty of tokens.
Well, I found a tape, but it's like not worth bringing that and getting all
I found a
hurt.
defibrillator.
Where was that umbrella?
I don't like that there's tires.
I should
all
go
over
downstairs
here.
now.
None of them are good. Or pick a upable. Yeah, that.
Okay. I think I'm okay. I'm going back up. Oh, just a little creaks. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. There it was. Yippee.
Ooh, I found oil.
Growing up in the Midwest, this is bringing back memories. Oh God, I don't think it's the memories you want. I'm singing acid rain.
I really hate acid rain.
Yeah, it's
Have
pretty
I ever
pretty
said
annoying.
That recently, it murders you so fast. I might not make it back to the truck.
Yeah, I gave up. I was like, I have to use the umbrella.
Yep.
Well, like it's either you use the umbrella or you just have to have like a health item on you.
Yeah.
That way you can just like swap out every time.
Right. What's up, Kiwi? How are you? What's up, dude? All right, what do we got in here? Nothing.
I just went to that yellow house. It's cleared.
You're that
Whoever's
yellow
right
house.
here with an umbrella.
You're that yellow house. Really.
Number 2 flat. Okay.
You're
Go.
number 2.
Sure. There's health pills in the
house that I'm in, you just went through?
in the garage. Yeah.
Okay. What a glorious feeling. Miss Apex tokens? Wait, there's coolant in here.
Is there really? I didn't.
But we
see
don't need
coolant.
it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing the oil now.
Okay. All right,
Oh,
onward, I
fuel.
suppose.
That's rude.
The I found that the health pills, if you take a health pill, then you can run out in the rain, and it kind of counteracts each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because the health pills are ticking.
Right. Right. Crowbar, energy drink.
I can't. There's no power in the truck.
Ah, you'll be fine. Just remember, it's all in the hips, okay?
There's an Nader coming right
I got
at
a
the
battery.
truck.
Did we need a battery?
The truck is
Yes,
closed,
we
by the
do
way,
need a
guys.
battery.
We do need the battery.
Take cover. There's an Nader at the truck.
It'll be fine. We don't need oil.
Fuses, battery, and tires in a toolbox.
Use
I
battery
have a
and tire
battery on
toolbox.
me. If
Okay.
I'm not sure if I can make it back to the truck alive, but I have a battery.
You'll be fine.
Way to be over dramatic.
Well, there's also a nader passing by, and so I just lost most of the
Gotcha.
health that I had.
Gotcha.
Is the acid rain still going?
Yes,
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, I can't check
Right.
the status with no power in the truck either.
Well then, yeah, I'm
Defib.
probably not gonna make it back alive, but I will get as far as I can.
Acid rain stuff.
Oh, so you can probably make it back, right, Break?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
She just dies. Nope, nope, never mind.
Except for that nader right there. Oh my god.
Do we have a toolbox to be able to change the battery already? Or
No.
No, we're still looking for one.
Shit. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just drop
Ooh,
this
I got
at
a
the
tape.
front of the truck.
Oh, 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 oh. I hear one. I hear one. I hear
Sounds
one.
bad.
It's forming next to me, which is towards the west. It's a skinny guy. Oh wait, no, he's getting big. He's moving fast.
Hey, big guy.
Oh, I found a tape.
found a tire.
Nice.
How about it?
Nice.
Okay.
Not a deep.
Okay. I see the truck. I'm on the move. So slow. Nightmare should have it. No battery, and you have to manually hold shut door. Oh my god.
Has there ever been anything? Do you guys ever find anything over at the shipping containers, or is that just kind of like the edge of the map?
I don't know if I've tried.
Yeah, I don't think I've tried.
All right, the tire. I'm literally putting directly behind the vehicle.
Okay.
It's like booming.
I don't
It's,
see anything over there, so maybe not. Another defib. Hey.
all right, so we need toolbox.
Toolkit. Yeah,
Brake has the
fuses.
battery. We need fuses, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Another nader farming right now.
Right next door. Right next door. Can't check the screens. Shit. Outbreak's getting an update extremely
Yeah, it
soon
kinda
where there's
sucks.
going to be wedge tornadoes
Not
and
having that.
multi-vortexes.
Toolkit.
Yeah,
need
we'll
for
definitely play that
battery.
again soon, too. What about your battery?
What about that battery?
What about that battery?
Wow, that's racist.
Wow, dude. But did you smell it, though? Smell it, no, man. We can only assume that we have been in here and checked in its entirety. If not, it's going to be upset. Oh, look, no roof.
Ooh, newspaper.
Get lucky, dog.
You found any documents?
Fuses.
I'm going to the
We
house
need
next to whoever
fuses.
this is in the blue.
Did
I've
you got
got
a
one
newspaper?
tape. I've got one tape and a newspaper.
Nice.
We need, one more.
And
The
I've
truck
got
is like a little
the tape
safe
that
zone.
you
Yes.
have is
Yeah,
locked
that's a good.
Fuses now.
It's like a home base. Yeah, because if the truck could get ripped up, that would be real
Did we
shit.
change the tire or the battery? Do we
No,
need anything
no,
for that?
We
Why was that,
need
like, red?
the toolkit for the battery.
Are we sure it's not in the van
Fuses are
already?
done. I'm at the van putting the newspaper away.
All right,
I'll
so we
check.
need to find a toolbox.
There's no
I have
toolkit.
it. I found a tape.
All right,
we
newspapers
still
are
need
done. We need 2 Apex documents. And
Oh, and the acid rain is back.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Hooray!
Oh,
That's
Za, even.
Flash's favorite.
It is my favorite. Hi.
I just did the blue house that's next to this. Oh, that's from there behind us.
Uh-oh.
Okay, tapes are good. We just need.
It's
Honestly, we
another
just need a
newspaper. We
toolkit.
don't need a newspaper.
It's bad luck. I have heard that.
But Apex documents if we want
All right,
to.
found oil. That's useless. That's great.
After this nader goes by, I'm gonna change.
I
the
wouldn't
you-
go up
tire.
there. I wouldn't go up there.
Training. A tornado. No shit.
I died.
I think I ran in as debris. I wonder if that helps protect you from shit falling, you know? Oh, nope, it does not. No, it does not. Negative on that. Does not protect. Owie.
Oh, God.
Oh, God.
my umbrella.
Got mine too.
It's just a flashlight. Are we safe to run?
Holy dude.
Well,
Have we been in this house? I don't even know anymore.
I don't know. I don't know. It's not marked.
Marked.
Oh my god.
Marked
There's nothing left outside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't been doing that at all.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's
neither have
nothing
I.
in the kitchen.
Sorry.
I've just been picking up the stuff that Chingus has been putting outside.
I've just been using the materials.
Yeah.
More fuses. We don't need fuses.
Need this acid rain to F off, man.
Yeah, it definitely makes it tough to get shit around. Oh my god, I'm stuck in here. All right, well.
Flashlights.
So you have the battery.
We have the battery and we have the tire. We don't
Okay, is
have
there
a
really no
toolkit.
other way out of it? Hey, I found another tire. Hey, what's up,
I'm
Brennan?
dead, BTW.
Oh, hey.
No, we can't even see where you're at
That's
until
fun.
we get
Yeah,
the battery
I don't
in.
know how to find you.
Wait, how did you take the other battery out?
We haven't. I found a toolkit.
Oh my god,
there
finally.
you go.
Damn.
Oh, hey.
So that'll, and the battery's there. We're done. We just need to find the
Everything's
Apex
there.
documents.
I might not make it back.
What do you mean you
Oh,
might
there's
not
an
make
Apex
it back?
document.
Acid rain, sir.
Touch it.
Limited health. I am touching the acid rain. Okay, toolkit
There's
is in
another
the
umbrella
truck.
right here. Awesome.
But if I walk out there and try and do anything,
This house sounds like it's
I'm
about to
not
just
gonna last
fall in,
very
just like
long.
every other house
It
we've
does.
walked in.
It really does.
Tasty. Mmm. Delish.
If anyone with an umbrella has some health bills, that'd be cool.
I don't.
I
Most
have an
of my
umbrella.
health
Wait,
is gone.
with anyone with an umbrella, what?
Health?
I don't like. It sounds like there's. Oh, there's one over there. Is that
Or
coming at
if
us?
you want to come, back and use
Yes,
your
yes,
lovely health
yes,
to
it is.
put the
Yes, it
battery
is.
in the
They're
truck.
sucking me out the door. I peeked my head around and it was all like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, I'll go in this corner. You go in that corner.
Okay. This seems safe. Everything's shaky. Why is it so
Those dice?
shaky?
How dare you?
Tornado's gonna
Can
leave
I see it?
eventually.
It's behind us.
Did I just
Yeah,
hear?
it's behind you now.
I'm really starting. I'm hearing the house cave in.
Yeah, let's go back to the house. Or back to the truck. Ooh, it's right there.
Yeah, you should be good.
Okay.
I can
So
hold
we
on.
have everything
Umbrella.
we need other than Apex documents. We just gotta get.
We need to
stuff
get the
installed.
battery in so we can see where Baron is so we can get him up.
Right.
All right.
And
Where's
I
the
can
what
get
the
some
fuck?
help.
Music. Get out of here.
Toolkit, right there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Battery's at the front of the truck. Is the acid rain still happening?
I don't know.
Oh no, we're good. No,
Where's?
just kidding. We're not good.
Wait.
I'm about to kick the bucket.
Where? Where's the jack?
It's on.
Oh.
It's ready for the tire.
Which?
Well, ready for you to remove the tire.
Okay. Ready for? Wait. Do we need the toolbox or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah, which tire?
I have no idea.
The driver's
out of
side
health here.
front tire.
Okay, that's good info to have. There we go.
All right, install the tire.
On it. Okay, installed.
Okay.
All right, Baron is in front to the right.
We have a defib in here.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not out of his computer right now, so I vote we bring him here. In front to the right?
On it.
Yeah.
I'm at his corpse.
Look at you.
Trying. I think F5 is going to be here shortly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're at
half a mile
0.5.
away. We're fine for now.
Okay.
We need one more Apex document. I don't know if it's
So the
worth trying
game
to find
is you need to repair your truck to get out of here and get away from the tornadoes. That's what the game is.
it. All right,
All
big
while
boy.
dodging tornadoes. There
Time to
we
get
go.
up.
Perfect. All right, so are we gonna say F the Apex document, or are we gonna try to find it?
Honestly, I say F it at this point.
I say F it as well.
Because we're
Yeah.
at 0.4 miles. All right.
I don't think we're gonna find it before
Yeah.
we need to leave.
Yeah. Let's go back. We can just run another one.
Right.
So the van faces south.
Baron's not here to yell at us.
I think it spawns in different spots every
It's
time.
Jack in here that we
I
did
think
all
so.
the work and carried.
Yep.
Classic. Wow. Who'd have thought? Did he go silent? No, he died and then he walked away from his computer, I think. Yeah. We survived. Listen, getting the big bucks. Getting the big bucks. Actually, I have no idea how much money we're actually making at this point.
We chasing naders.
Oh, you guys left without finishing all the objectives.
We couldn't.
Yeah.
find the last
we
yeah,
left
have.
with your
thing.
life
We
intact.
brought you back to
You're
life,
welcome.
though. You piece of shit.
Yeah, right. Fucking.
No, he doesn't deserve it.
You're a piece
That's
of
not really-
garbage.
I thought we were here to make money, not to save me.
Oh, I thought we were here to stay alive. What?
How much money would we have lost if it didn't save you?
150 for not getting the document. Yeah. So how much was your life
It's
worth?
75 if I died.
Yeah.
So we should kill him really early
So
on,
we
I think is
should
what he's
kill
saying.
Feed him to a tornado first one you see.
The only pre-tool we have.
Just tie him to a
is
chair and
fucking
stick him out there. Oh,
umbrella
look, it's acid rain again. Right.
And a bunch of fucking things.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm gonna go
that's
right
getting a
under
little.
these
The acid rain's a
houses.
little obnoxious.
Yeah, I really dislike it. I think it's too much.
I think so too. It just needs to be like every now and then.
There's an umbrella right in here.
No, it's too late for that. I'm invested. I'm out.
First house to the right when you come out of the back of the
Yeah,
truck.
you have to watch out for manholes. Yes, because you could fall down. Now, it's not like you're
Oh,
stuck
doors
and
with
someone needs to help
crowbars.
you.
We didn't get
You
a
can
crowbar.
get
Yeah,
yourself
if it
out. You
would-
just have to
if
do a
it
skill
would
check.
Go away more
Yeah.
often, but it's like the whole time
I found a
you're
fuse.
dealing with it.
Nice.
Right, yeah.
And it
If there was more of
kills
a
you
break in
so
between, that'd be cool.
fast. Yeah.
Oh, we don't need a tape.
Hi.
Oh, I
Welcome to
didn't.
my
Oh,
home.
someone else checked the board. Okay. Hi.
Just enjoying
it's
myself a nice energy
you got
drink.
Any snacks?
No, I do have a toolbox though.
Ooh, we definitely need that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, I left the flashlight because F it. These two things are useful.
Is there anything else up there?
I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go back, take this back to the truck now though.
This garage needs a crowbar.
Needs a crowbar?
Yep. Yep.
We do not have one in the vehicle. Just a side note.
Noted. I'm headed east.
All right. I'd love to be able to. I can't see jack shit.
I have fuses.
Did you say you have a refusal? What the hell did you just say?
Yes, I would like to reject this acid rain. No, I
Oh.
have fuses.
Oh, this house needs a. I also have a fuse already in the truck.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, when I said I found a fuse.
Maybe.
We need
I
coolant.
forgot
We
what you
do
said you
need
had.
Coolant.
Lost half my health from running to a house. Hey, there we go. This one also needs a crowbar. That'd be fun to find.
I have
What's up,
coolant. Eclipse?
Eclipse?
we have a jack?
I don't see anything in the van.
This house has a jack as well. Like we were in
I'm
Flash.
to say we haven't found 17 of them walking around to me.
But I
Holy,
can't
I
carry
can't see
that and
jack
the tire,
shit.
so I can come back for
What's that? Oh, granola bar. Runaway tornado, left ship, RB, also you can crouch. Okay, we know that part. Yeah, I'm just sitting here and watching TV commercials. You guys do what you gotta do, okay?
Okay. Can I come watch with you?
I mean, yeah, that's fine. There's
I'll
room.
bring some popcorn.
Oh, let's go.
Cool, it's
Poppy
done.
corns.
Okay, I'm grabbing the jack.
Oh, we have the toolbox too.
Yeah, and we have the tire.
What's up, Link? How are you? There's a new ghost. There will be new ghost in Phaz. Yes, there will be. Okay. Oh, did somebody just do the tire?
I tried to. We don't have a scissor jack.
I have it.
The one
you have
that's
the
in her
scissor
hand.
jack? All right, let's go. Right
Which
around
tire
here.
is it?
This one, up front.
What's behind the boarded doors? Just more stuff.
This one.
More things for
Got
us to have and use. Ding,
Tires
ding,
off.
ding, 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 ding. No idea. Which tire is it?
Driver's side front.
Roger that. All right, tires installed.
There's a nader spawning adjacent to the front of the truck on the driver's side.
What's the
On the
rain
other
chill
side of
now?
the park. That's right here.
No, it's not. Damn it.
The acid storm is
Oh, do
weakening.
you just need oil and to
Is what it
crowbar
said.
some doors?
Yeah, I haven't seen a crowbar yet.
I have a crowbar.
Oh, nice.
Have you thought about crowbarring some doors?
That'd be pretty fun.
Gotta find the doors.
They're over there.
When you're back at the truck, the house directly behind it, the light's like light blue from the stop sign. The basement or the garage door is
They're
ported
losing,
up
like,
on the
all
inside.
Yeah,
my
the house
health.
I'm in right now has,
Holy
I think
shit,
it's the
did it
one
just
Chinese
stop?
might be talking about. It has a door that could be crowbarred.
Good Lord, man.
There's a nader forming right on top of the truck. I'm closing the door.
I'm seeing a lot more of like my screen. Are you guys seeing a lot of like staticky on your vision, like it's a TV thing?
When
Like-
you're too close to the
When-
tornado, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it does that when you're too
Oh,
close
like
to the
that
nader.
one. Roger that.
Yeah, I don't think that the game can handle it ripping off everything, so that it just puts you to kind of a static, and it's like, oh, like it does like a little bit of damage. Like, well, all right, there you go.
All right, that one's by. No other tornadoes are forming right now.
Hey, Blueberry, how the naders
And
treating
the
you?
acid storm
They're kind of
has
mean.
faded. All right, Baron, you were in the.
They're kind of
Yeah,
mean.
Yeah,
in
that
that
house
house.
right there has a door to crowbar.
Yeah, you go into this blue house. You go straight to the right, sir.
So we
and
still
you'll
need
see
oil,
the
right?
door.
But we still need oil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, it could be in there. I'm gonna follow Baron in there.
Here's a tire.
I got oil.
Oh,
It's
man.
in there. All right, I'll pick it up. Oh, are you good?
If there was a crowbar, I would totally use it. Tape don't need. You know, it would be kind of cool if like randomly, because of all the destruction, you're in a building that just collapses.
That sounds horrible.
Or to
Be
like
kind
a
of awesome.
random piece of debris hits you.
Oh my God. Still early, yeah, it's still early access. It'll be live tomorrow.
Have we seen
That'd be
any
so
other
good.
doors that need crowbarring?
I have a house with a crowbar door. Hard to describe where that is for peeps. Med kit, let's go.
Which
See-
do you know
I
which
see a house.
direction you're at from
I
there?
think that's, I think I got it with these two.
So
'Cause
I
I think this
am-
one is front and back is going to be crowbarable.
Okay,
Okay.
you said you have it then?
I should.
Okay, if not, I'm at 5 degrees north, 7.5 degrees west is the house location.
Okay.
Yeah. Because normally when there's a front door that needs it, the back door.
Back door,
also needs
usually,
it.
yeah. I've seen a
So
few
we're good?
houses where like the front door needs it, but then there's like a side door that didn't. Tornado just blew off 25% of my roof. Oof. Oh my god. All right, we get it. We get it.
Let's
we get it.
go.
Fucking hell.
That
That's not
tornado's still
obnoxious.
a mile and a
No,
half
no,
away.
No, that's not
New
fucking
record.
terrible to
It
listen
is.
to.
And we're fully done. There's
We're
like
fully done.
fully done.
Dang.
We can
Still
just search
1.4
houses
away.
for Apex credits, but we don't even need it. I don't know if they give you anything, do they?
It's just stuff
Don't
you buy
know,
in
I think
game.
It's just in game. Like
Yeah, but does
in,
it carry
in that round, I
between-
don't think it carries.
There's a big ass nader for me next to the truck. Close the door.
Yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am.
That's an F4.
That's fine. What's it gonna do? Be all F4-y and stuff?
It's gone right across the back.
Hey, Flash, you want to see magic trick?
Yeah, we know what the horn sounds like. We do get it.
I'm just trying to get Baron's attention so we can get out of here with a perfect game.
I think he knows. Very mindful, very demure. Oh my god, dude. And the way that it changes the entire, like the color of the sky, literally everything.
Yeah, those houses across the street are toast.
Wait, should I not have opened that?
I think we're okay.
I still see a lot of debris.
Can I get my dart
can open it.
eliminator?
According to the radar, there's nothing around us. The F1 is off to the side, far east and
Christmas.
south. Baron, what are you doing, dude? Come on, man.
You act like I'm sitting over here trying to survive. I ran outside and got fucking electrocuted and almost got sucked up by a tornado.
Trying to get my dart in the nader.
Lucky dog.
Didn't work. I'm sad.
What are you trying to do to the nader?
Put my
Oh, the dart.
dart in it.
There's an F2 farming
Got a
north
freaking
of the
dart in my
truck.
neck.
I'm coming to the truck right now.
All right.
I'm almost there.
Ruby. Where are you at? Oh, yeah. Yeah. There he is. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, Maverick.
Take us on out here, Cletus.
Who the hell's Cletus?
That's Cletus at the driver's seat.
Here, I got his jams for him.
That'd be the bearded bear.
Celebratory dart.
Ow.
How's it been? Been good. Been
you
enjoying
threw
this
it
game,
at
man. We played it for the first time yesterday, and we're playing it again today. And then it releases publicly tomorrow. But yeah, it's good. Holy moly. Oh, wait, Baron, are you close to level 10?
We'll see. I think so.
You've got to be. You're like a level
Like
ahead of
maybe
me.
like one more.
Yeah, one more and I should be.
Okay. I'm level 9, but I probably won't get it in one level.
Okie dokie. Level 8. So one more?
Oh, I mean, I'm still good to go.
Okay.
Wait, we're just saying probably he needs one more to be level 10.
One more, and then maybe we can do some nightmare.
Yeah, I'm curious what that's
Oh,
going to do.
dear. Ow.
Is it free? No, it'll be $15. Yeah. I believe it'll be $15 is from what I've been told. Nightmare. I'm excited to see it. Please. Please. I'd rather have like 17 tornadoes at once than deal with acid rain.
That's some strong feelings right there.
We got a
really
toolbox
like-
and an umbrella and a defib in here.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go in front of the truck, and I'm just gonna go really far to the south. Pepsi boy,
And then
thank you for the
Battery,
9 months.
Coolant, fuel,
And then
oil. Got
east.
it.
Yeah, I'm going south down to like maybe not. I mean, I guess I could go to the gas station. F it, why not?
Gonna go west.
Thunder's intense. It is very intense, but the acid rain, you can't get that far. I'm so out of breath. Oh my god. Do this now. Get it out of the way.
Is there ever anything at the playground?
It's worth a look.
Yes.
There is stuff. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Energy drink. We don't need to worry about crowbars and doors.
Apex document found.
I found a battery.
Do we have a defib in the truck?
We
I
do.
don't know.
Okay. Not grabbing that then.
All right, took an energy drink. I'm sprinting back with the battery just to get it out of the way.
Okay.
Well, I got an Apex document.
Wow.
So I
Nice.
usually have
Just
both
gonna
those
brag
now?
about it? Damn.
Well, yeah. I never find
Oh,
those.
yeah. I went to Steam to share this game with friends and Flash. My face hole
Flash,
was
you
there.
should just be able to install the battery.
Awesome. I'm
I
on
got a
it.
pocket radar.
Yeah, get this out of the way early.
You did the gas station that's down here already, Flash?
The one that was to the south?
No, I'm to the north. I didn't
Ooh,
realize.
no,
there
no,
was
no,
two
no.
gas
I did the
stations.
gas station to the north.
To the north?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean the south.
All right.
The south. No, the south.
Oh.
God
Oh
damn
my
it.
god.
Sorry, confusing. I don't know what I thought I heard you say. Yeah, I went to the south and got that gas station.
Oh god, the nader's right on top of me. In the gas station. It formed right on top of me.
All right, I'm gonna stay right here just in case Chinkus goes flying.
What's more important?
Don't miss it.
The pocket radar,
Living?
Or
the Apex document, or the fuel can?
we do
can.
need fuel, but that
We
fuel
need 2
can?
fuel cans.
Yeah. All right, I'll see if I can find another one. Flashlight, useless.
Okay, I'll bring the fuel first.
I did find a newspaper though. I'll go ahead and pick it up.
Right after this nader takes out the house I'm in.
Right after this nader.
Right after these messages.
Umbrella.
This house is boarded up.
I've already been through most of these
That house
doors.
is boarded up.
So many naders and no basements. Nope. Must be Florida. Oh, there's ones.
I see somebody's flashlight.
Oh, that's
Hi.
weird. Hey.
All right, so I left the pocket radar because, as useful as that is, it's not actually something we need.
You don't know that.
Ooh, crowbar.
Well,
I'm
you
going
can
back
come
to
back
that
to the
boarded out
house I was in and
Hey,
get
Flash.
it then.
Yeah.
You pick up this Apex document? Do you have room?
Yes, I do. Where are you?
All right, right at the front door. Right
Yeah,
here.
I can get both of these. I can take this and the newspaper back. So we just need one more of each.
I have a newspaper and document.
Nice. Got another battery, which is whatever's.
Wait, don't we already have enough documents? Like, we only
We
need
have
2.
0
I
documents.
have one. Did Baron just say he had one?
Oh,
you
whatever.
guys have one?
I've got a newspaper and a document.
I've got a newspaper and a document.
You know what? For the health of the team, I think we should all bring them back. I'm stuck on a cone. Okay. All right. Got them both in the truck. So we need tapes.
Okay.
I'm doing my part.
One fuel is in.
I'm doing my part. I didn't do shit.
Oh, look, it's acid rain.
Oh my god.
You better be.
Way to go,
lying to me.
Chingus. Why'd you press the acid rain button?
Oh, Greg told me it was her favorite.
Hey.
Wow, Greg. How could you? After all we've been through.
Throwing me under the bus like that.
Ads are going to start here soon, friends, in like 30 seconds. Just a heads up.
Spare tire.
Your spare tire.
I mean, I have one. I am a big guy.
The nice umbrella you have.
Hey.
You're welcome.
Oh my God, is another nader coming at me here? Jesus Christ.
Ouchies, ouchies, ouchies. Ouchies, ouchies, ouchies. Ouchies, ouchies.
So what all are we?
We need fuel and oil.
2 oils.
Don't open that.
Nice weather we're having. I think that there nader's about to come right over top of my house. I'll tell you what. Oh shit. I say oh shit. I meant oh shit. Oh look, umbrella. Is that another nader?
That is.
What the oh, okay. It ripped off part of the
Someone
house.
said they'd rather have 17 naders than acid rain.
Yeah, okay,
The
but
game decided
but
to
it was
give us
doing both though, right? It was also doing acid rain. That's just selfish. Oh my god! Oh my god! I almost walked outside into that. There's a tornado in front of my house. Oh my god! I went to go right out the front door, and a tornado was just charging this house. Jeez. Get away from me! Oh, yep, half the house is gone. Flash, look out. Thank you. I don't like that house anymore.
Words on it. Fine.
Oh, what? Oh.
Okay.
Hey.
How are you?
You hit me right in the face.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry.
All right. So we're still fuel and oil, huh?
Yeah.
I got oil.
Okay. I don't know. Take a minute here.
If
now.
anyone has a crowbar, there's something in the house we were just in, Flash. Can't guarantee what it is, but it's behind a crowbar.
You know, it's worth
I have
a
a
try.
crowbar. Where are you?
At the truck, and it's the house right next to the truck.
It's not worth it.
To the west of the truck.
Battery, no thanks. Ooh, bigger flashlight. I'll take that though.
I don't know. I see the truck.
That's
Went into
nice.
the truck first.
Yeah, and then I can show
F5
you
is
which house.
1.2 away. It just doesn't sound good up here, you know? Greatest song in the world. All right.
Oh God! The door! The door! Goodbye! Goodbye!
Fingers?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in the truck! Don't open the door! Don't open the door! Don't open the door! Don't
I
open
thought
the
you
door.
were in here with me. Who's in here with me?
What the fuck?
Oh, I forgot about the rain. Chingus, are you okay?
No, let me in! Let him in! Jesus Christ!
Chingus, are you okay?
Oh my God!
Oh, hey, I found a tape.
Or
Chingus, here.
whoever number 3 is. Oh, it's not Flash, it's Baron, isn't it? And he's just not saying anything.
Chingus, you okay?
No, I'm not okay.
Okay.
Well, after you freeze
I thought
for
I'd
a
ask.
minute, is this house right
I've
here?
healed.
Okay.
Which one? This one right here?
Yeah.
This
So
yellow
you're
one?
saying there's
Yeah.
a chance.
And then to the left here.
Ah,
It's this door.
toolbox.
Fun fact, your crowbar is invisible for me. I love how Baron goes silent when he does things that, like, sabotage us.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Or Sabo? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our Baron.
It's just a tire that's in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
There should have been a second
Fuses.
thing that I don't.
Oh,
fuses.
shit.
Got it. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah,
It was
go
worth
back
a
to the
shot.
house. All right. I
There's
might need that
another
umbrella.
Chingus, don't look now, but a tornado's headed
I
straight
see
for
it.
us.
Yeah, it's coming right over top of us, isn't it?
It
This is gonna be
sure
fun.
is. It just spawned out of nowhere and just decided that where we were was the right place.
Makes sense.
Holy crap, dude.
Okay, we're good.
Is there another one?
Still need cool.
Yeah, there's another one coming down the street right now.
Oh my god. The radar doesn't show anything. Why does it sound like the house is being torn apart? I might die.
Oh god, this house is
And I keep getting connection lost.
Yeah, I just had the same thing happen to me. Oh, the garage is partially gone. Oh,
Where's a nader to open up a house for you when you need one?
oh, how sweet. How sweet is it? You know, I needed like the tape back
Coolant!
there. Yeah, we don't need coolant.
Oh, god damn it. It's fuel. I got so excited.
Yeah, cool. Oh man,
Oh, man.
rats.
Got my hopes up and everything.
That's okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
that's
probably
not-
stuff in this house, but I can't get in it, so that sucks.
Okay.
Which house? Is it boarded up?
Yeah, the one, so if you come out the truck and face east, run across the park, it's the one at the end of the park.
I'm going.
I'm coming.
I'm looking for fuel.
I'm gonna go this
I found
way
motor
for a
oil.
second.
That's cute.
Found coolant.
A battery. That's extra
We could put
cute.
that in the fuel tank, right?
Sure. This sounds really awful.
Oh shit! It's forming right on top of me. I'm trying to run.
If it comes at me, there's really not much I can do but just take it
I'm
to the
closing the
face.
van. Closing the van. That is an F4. Oh my god! Right on the part.
What are the odds that I
Avoid the van. It is locked
I
down.
make
There's
it
an F4.
You'll be fine, Flash.
Whoever's
Crouch.
far west,
And,
take cover.
What if I
hear
should
that
I hide behind a
crouching
bush?
helps you resist it.
Oh my god! It's headed right for you.
Don't look it in the eye. It's shy.
Right
I'm
over
just
top
gonna
of the truck.
I'm just gonna sit here, okay? Oh! You know, I was doing good there for a minute.
Supposed to look at it.
I see a street. I'm not doing so hot anymore.
Oh, it looks like he's coming back. Oh my god.
Son of a bitch.
Flash, where you at?
Get over to that boarded
Do
up
you know?
house right now. Okay, that's
Oh, Baron has gas.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good. Do you know where you are, Flash?
I see Flash. She's far east. Whoever's just out there on the road right now, that's not
Yeah.
Baron. You walk past him. You just walk past him.
I had no
Did
idea
I?
we had
Yeah,
gas.
he's
He
on
hasn't
the-
been talking. I don't know
the
what's
other
going on.
Street. You're going towards a house.
I don't know what's
Go
happening.
Back to the intersection. He's far east.
Need a little spin wheel while
This
flying.
way. Oh, I see him.
Turn him around.
Can you mark
Yeah,
the houses
Yeah,
you
I see
searched,
him.
like drop
I-
useless? That's what we were trying to do. But we
Alright.
need so many
Oh,
items. That was the
coming in,
problem.
Baron.
I wish we could breadcrumb it and like take stuff from the truck and go drop it in front. That'd be nice. That would be cool. Yeah, Baron's like locked in. I don't know what's happening. He's not saying a word.
Have we ever talked about how heavy?
So, how's it going? Everyone okay?
You know, I might not make it back to the truck with your dead body, but I'm
Okay.
gonna try.
Could use darts as breadcrumbs. No. Oh, but they don't stay though. I don't think the darts actually. I think eventually they go away. I think so.
I'm
Out
doing
of
it.
out of curiosity,
Hmm.
do the darts stay?
No, they
Stay-
fade after a minute.
No.
They go away after a
fade
bit.
After a while. Okay, here's Flash.
Hi.
Hold on to your
Zippity doo dah. Thank you, sir. Yeah, that'd be cool. We take darts and like throw them into the doors or something like that as a mark.
We have none of the
Or
Oh.
spray paint to mark the door. That'd be cool.
Oh well. Well, at least we got everything else and everyone's alive.
I do appreciate it.
Bet you both those tapes are in that locked house across the
Oh, I had one, but I had to drop it to try to get other stuff, and I died anyways. Whatever. It no matter. Damn.
Baron.
Yeah.
Baron, are we talking again?
I was talking
Oh,
before.
hi. Okay, well, we couldn't hear you.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been here. I'm level 10 now.
Let's go.
Cool. Double acid rain.
Is-
Let's go.
I was going to say, does
Sons of
level 10
bitches.
come with extra acid rain?
Oh, it lets me select hard too. Oh, let's see here. What's it? Even more dangerous storms and more frequent tornadoes is what it says.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Should be easy enough.
Are we doing
It'll
hard
be fine.
mode?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
At least one time. See what
We
it's
have
like.
to. We have to see what it's like.
Alrighty, here we go. It's extra hard. I bet you there's nothing in the truck for this.
There's no
No
truck.
freebies.
And
There's no
like
truck.
you said,
gotta
double
assemble
acid
it.
rain with
Spawn in the
the
middle of the.
outside-
We have to build the truck.
Yeah, it's just a frame with some wheels on it.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, we have a toolbox and some flashlights.
All right. I mean, that's already a good start.
no rain. Let's
Crowbar.
keep that way.
Oh, we have a crowbar too. Nice.
All right.
I'm
gonna-
headed north.
I'm going west to these. There's a house line over here. I'm gonna try and go
Okay.
in the middle.
You're gonna go to the middle ones. All right, I'll take the ones to the right.
Okay.
I'm gonna go far right first.
All right. If you do that one and then that house
We
next
don't
to it,
have
I'll go ahead and do this one.
Find a toolbox.
Okay.
That's nice.
What really is gonna make this hard? You know what I mean?
Wait, was there a crowbar in the truck?
No, Baron found one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is boarded up. The far house is boarded up.
All right.
There's a house right close to the truck that's boarded up too.
All right. It's. Oh, I saw
That's
something.
terminus.
It's really strange that it just seems oddly chill right now.
Toolbox.
I got a
Very
scissor
quiet.
jack.
I've got
I
fuses.
dropped my crowbar, but I'm gonna drop off the scissor jack and go and check out the rest of the house.
I have a fuel. Thing of fuel.
What's the difference between normal and hard?
yeah,
I don't
we do
know. I
need
feel like
that.
we're gonna find that out
Fuel,
shortly.
coolant, tires, fuses, battery.
And Baron, you said you had scissor jack, right?
Correct.
All right. All right. All right.
There's
a
also a tire in the park right next to.
thing of oil
Hey, I
van.
found 2 more scissor
that
jacks.
we don't need.
I found coolant. There's an nader spawning.
Nader's already spawned. Yep. Hey, air dried spaghetti. How are you? What's in here? nothing? Damn, that's sad. That sounds like it's right on top of me. Oh shit. Oh, hot. Hot. No, I'm not playing solo. We've got some friendos. We are playing with Chinggis, with Break of Daylight, and with Baron.
Jack.
That's a big boy.
Right.
Oh my
I think I'm
god.
dead.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's coming right for me.
It would be really cool if the destruction, like if you could watch it slowly
I'm
ripping
probably
off
dead.
the house. I just fell.
Probably dead.
Oh, no.
It spawned,
guys-
and I ran to a house, and this house has
Boarded
been
up?
boarded up, so I can't go inside the house.
This tornado just ripped off the roof of the house and then also pulled me out of it. I'm dead.
You're dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I should be okay. never mind.
The battery needs changed, so I can't see where you guys are. So
I would have picked that.
I don't know
That's
if
right.
you
When we
have any
first started
idea where
playing,
you
I did
are.
that a lot. Because I didn't know how if it actually made you more safe or not. It looked like Baron was running around the tornado.
Looping it. Do you know where you
Looping
are?
it. Where I am? Over.
Any clue?
Oh my God! Based on where you are, it's really
Well, just,
hard.
Like, or even just a direction, like were you north, south, east, west?
I'm
Well,
dead, dude.
Oh my god.
You are dead?
yeah, we both got picked up by
Alright, hold
naders.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, the little
Where-
sprinting
where
motion he
are
was
you,
doing while
Baron?
running around.
I'm doing the coolant real quick.
Probably somewhere on the pavement.
Yeah.
Okay.
about
North,
that.
south, east, west.
I don't know. I think that being inside of a house or having somewhat of a cover over you protects you way more. Because like the tornado was moving away from
yeah.
me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm fine." And then as soon as I stepped out from
Yeah,
underneath
Lodge,
the
I might have
porch,
to stop it over there.
the tornado was like, "Yep, we're sucking you."
I'd say I'm gonna go ahead and do that, Lodge. I'm
And
gonna
then
stop
that
it
was
over there if it keeps kicking
Yeah,
it.
if you have.
Yeah.
I have a battery.
Doors closed. There's a tornado right next to the truck coming right at it. I've got the door closed. Take cover if you're here.
Yeah, the problem is it's not a matter of where we were. It's a matter of where we landed, which could be across the map.
That's true.
You have
Yeah.
the battery. If you make your way back to the truck, we have a toolkit. So
Okay,
Man, that's
we
a
can figure out where they
fascinator.
are.
that is a fascinator. All right, opening the door, going out to try to pull the battery.
Oh my God.
I'm hoping this tornado doesn't decide to come for me.
You, break,
All
don't
right,
go
the
down
battery
there.
hasn't
You can't go.
removed.
Yeah, I moved.
There's
I
only
moved.
that
Battery
open
has
spot.
been removed.
Yeah.
I'm
That
coming.
That part
destruction
sucks.
sounded insane. Oh, hey, go touch the Sparky thing. While holding the battery.
Don't
Maybe it'll
think
charge it.
That's the right
You don't
idea
know.
for this moment in time. 2 of you are dead.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with the battery.
2 of us are missing.
Yeah, that's true. Missing our
The
lives.
battery's in.
Nice. The tire is uninstalled.
Oh, hi, Lodge.
Now we have battery. We can see where they're at.
They are next to each other.
Okay.
So, and they're not too far from here. They are
Front.
southwest.
west. Are we
touching
I'm
each
going.
other?
Yeah, take
All
the
I can
dudes
see is the
and
pavement.
go grab them.
Front to the west. Okay.
Hey, Courtney. All right, Nader's gonna spawn on break.
Listen here.
Here it comes.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Take my slow ass to a house.
I would recommend it.
Why do you say that?
Shit, there's a nader foreman right here by the truck. Going in the truck.
Did we need a tire or we
Closing
have
the
a
truck.
tire?
Closing the truck. Oh my god. It's right behind the truck. We do need a tire, yes.
I have a tire.
Instincts.
Then we need fuses. God, that's an F4. It's headed right towards that house that the two of you are in.
Oh shit.
Take cover.
I'm in a
It's on top of
bathroom.
the truck
Mom,
now.
bathroom.
Oh, it's beating the shit out of the truck. It's headed toward whoever's in the house by themselves is getting ready to get hit. Take
Okay,
cover.
that's
It's
not.
me.
We're not.
That's
We're not in
south.
by itself.
Okay, well,
I
it's
moved
not
out of
safe
the
for you to
garage
come
because it
out.
was headed straight for it.
Oh hey, Apex tape.
Do we need a tire?
I have
We
one.
do.
You have one?
I have one in my hands.
Okay.
I also have a tornado, but
Did I drop the fuses in the gas
Break.
station? Did I?
I think you're safe.
Hey,
I
Crimson.
don't think
How
so.
are you?
based on the trees, I'm gonna go
it's
with
behind
no.
you. It's well behind you. It's 3 blocks
You
behind
think
you.
so?
I'm positive. I'm looking at the radar.
Okay, running.
And there's a new nader forming. A new
hear another one.
F4 is
I hear another
forming
one.
up north of the truck.
Yeah, at the gas station, I think where I got
If you're
lifted
running
from.
through the park, you're going the wrong way. You're headed towards the tornado. You need to go the other way.
Thank you. I see the truck now.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm opening the truck.
I'm not this directionally challenged in real life.
We believe
The
I
that.
don't know
F4
what it is about
forming
games.
now.
Which
My
tire
stamina is
it?
so slow to build up too.
This one?
Oh my god.
Change the tire.
Oh, you. Hey,
Thanks,
Well, you
man.
said you
have a
weren't.
tire.
You said you weren't safe, so I
we
ran
just
it
need
back.
fuses, guys. We need fuses.
okay.
I think, like I
Uh,
said, I think there was some at the
do
gas
we-
station. I think.
Have a crowbar
I can buy one.
Hey, Miss
An electric
Coffee.
storm has
because we
begun.
have like houses that are boarded up that might have.
Oh God, I'm close the door. Close
I got
the door.
it, I got it,
If
I
you're
got
out,
it.
take cover. The F4 is coming right for us.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
And there's
god, oh my god, oh my god.
another. There's an F3 forming right next to the truck as well.
Jesus.
How is it that the upstairs of that house
What the
looks like it's been destroyed, but the front door is still perfectly intact? Good lord.
Well, I think that's going to change right now.
Perfect. Never mind about the crowbar.
Oh my god, dude.
How's it going over there, Flash?
That's a thick boy.
Hey.
We have the F3 forming right next to us too. It's not safe.
Oh my god, so I can't come back there yet.
No.
No.
Oh my god.
Do not open the door.
Do not pass go.
Here. All right, the F3 is getting on top of us right now. It's a fast mover.
Well, that one's coming for me now.
Baron, it's headed right for you. Take cover, dude.
That's Flash.
That's me.
Who's in the house? Okay.
Flash, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
I'm just, let's define good times because I'm seeing some shit getting. I've got a bad feeling.
Already safe. Other than the lightning. You said there's fuses in the.
Where did the nader pass by?
Yes, the naders passed by. You are now safe to come out of the
Okay.
house, except for the lightning.
Oh,
You said there was
Oil?
fuses in the garage.
I thought there was.
Garage
There's no
gas?
garage left. Or gas station.
The gas station.
There's no gas station left.
Well,
I
there
have
might still be
fuel.
items though.
Oh, I found the fuses.
Yeah.
Going to add them to the truck.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Okay, because I found like fuel and coolant.
Oh my god.
Fuses are in.
Thank you, Brendan. I'm in the vehicle right now.
I'm coming.
Okay. Holy night.
There's an
Listen,
F3.
Barry.
There's an
You're an
F4
F3.
forming right next to the truck.
Oh my god.
It's 1 block away from the truck. There's an F3 forming just north of it, directly next to the truck.
Okay. Where's Baron. Over that way somewhere. Yeah, he's been locked in. He's been focused.
I don't see everybody on the map. I see one dot. How many are in the truck?
Because
here?
the rest of us are here.
It's just Baron.
All right. That's okay. Baron, take cover, buddy.
Frick, there's fire out there.
Here, if you hold your crowbar out in the storm,
Look how fast that thing moves.
then
Damn.
you become invincible.
Wait, what?
Yeah, if you hold
Does
a
it?
crowbar out in a lightning storm.
Okay,
The
F4
crowbar?
is moving south.
A
but
crowbar.
The F3's right here next to us now. I don't know what it's doing yet.
Maybe this is what they meant with hard mode.
We only need 4 doors for perfect.
Okay.
Although we're already down to 0.7 miles on the
Have you seen 4 doors?
Could I be wearing any more clothes?
All right, the F3 is headed passing us now to our west. Now it's north.
Shit.
Baron, you're safe right now from storms where you're at.
Hot.
So what happens if I
Damn,
open
dude.
the door and throw my
Wait.
dart at the tornado?
How do I hide? Remember, the only way you're gonna get that is if it. Oh my god! If you got struck by lightning, do not
How
point at me.
close do you have to be?
It has to. The dart cannot hit the ground. In other words, it'd be close enough to where it lifts it and just takes it away.
So close enough that it lifts you and takes you away?
Oh, not necessarily. I did it in training and I lived.
And you lived. Interesting.
If she gets struck, do you realize how? Did I forget to mention that darts are conductors for?
Yeah, but it's not a crowbar, so
Okay.
I'll be fine.
My health is low, but I don't need it
I don't
necessarily.
think that there's enough. I don't think there's enough left.
I think the
Yeah, I
naders
think
took them all.
I think the naders knocked down the locked houses. There is an F3. There's an F4 forming.
Good night,
next to the
Maverick.
truck.
Have a good one.
I would get into
Take
the
my
truck
dart.
and close the door.
I don't know. Take my dart.
Rick really wants to get
Well,
the
where
dart up
it's
there.
forming, it's gonna take you.
It would be really funny to watch, though.
I mean, I'll sacrifice for the views.
don't do that.
Yeah, you wanted to
can
see a
beat
person
it.
fly in a tornado. I can
My Lance, dude.
Here it is. It's formed. It's coming right for us. Make sure the door's shut, please.
do it. Oh, open the door?
No.
I got you.
Now this is at 35%. Look,
It's headed south
Wait
by
a minute.
southwest.
I threw a dart at Flash and I got the achievement.
Baron is
'cause
going
I'm
to
a
be
nader.
one house over from you.
Apparently you're a tornado.
I'm a nader.
What the heck?
You are very welcome.
This is intense. It's still down there by you, Baron. Oh, you can see it. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna say there's not really a whole lot left of the whole neighborhood if we take a look
No.
outside here.
Yeah, there's like no
A
all
whole
of the
lot of
houses
anything.
are
I
like
think the
fucking
tornado did the
destroyed.
doors for
Just a
us.
door sitting there with boards on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, there were some, but now,
Yeah,
like, the
too
whole
late
place
now.
is gone.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
come on back to the
It
truck. Let's
really
get out of
is
here.
absolutely destroyed.
This place.
Is there another one forming right now? Oh, it's right there.
No, that's the F5.
When you play by yourself off stream, would you have it louder or lower?
There's one
I don't
forming.
know.
There's still one over, or was over there.
One just it
disappeared.
was there and then it disappeared. I
Oh,
sensed
hell
it.
no.
He found the door. Does it have anything with it, or is it just the door?
It does. It's one of the houses. One of the houses left that is intact.
Hey yo.
Because it'd be pretty funny if like the house was gone, all the walls are gone, and you just have a.
That's what I was saying. Just like just a door.
Yeah.
I do not see anything farming right now, but that F5's getting real close.
Okay. Just checking to see if there's any possible boarded up doors anywhere here.
Yeah, if you see anything, I don't think that we're gonna get this one, but it's not from a lack of trying.
Jeez.
I have been
No,
running
but
around
it's our
avoiding
first
them.
hard mode, and we got at least the regular tasks done.
There's the, yeah, let's get back.
Get in here
Found it
before I
right
can't
across
have
from
any
the park.
stamina left to try to get away from that.
Right? It's starting to pull us in.
Yeah, it's gonna start pulling. I'll wait here.
God, I mean, just look at the neighborhood.
It is obliterated.
Let's go.
I say we stay back and rebuild it.
Aaron's still looking for doors.
I don't think there might be one in there that I might, but I went through that house. I didn't see anything there.
There were boarded up doors.
I'm
in
gonna
that
save the
house
panda. Panda's
once upon a
dead.
time.
Panda's dead. Mother Nature just pissed its pantsuit.
I tried. I mean, the whole map's obliterated.
Yeah. There was many a few nader. Oh, that house over there looks nice. There's one over there.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
Do you
there's
think
like
that they'll sell it
one
to me
house
for
that's
cheap?
like 5.
We look over. There's another tornado that
It
shows.
just sucks. It
Oh,
up.
did I miss
Like,
one?
well,
Oh, sorry about that.
I bet you nightmare mode. There's nothing left.
Oh, Nightmare's got to be crazy. So does Nightmare unlock further down the road, or is that also unlocked?
Yeah, it's at like level 20.
Okay. Ah, caramba. Ah, caramba.
Listen, I say that we end it with that one,
I'm cool with
because
that.
otherwise we're gonna get acid rain next round.
Oh my god.
Oh God.
No thanks. I'll
Just
pass.
saying.
You don't want to tempt
Yep, level
fate?
10. Hey.
Yeah, 1700 points for
Hey,
that.
look, 10, yay.
Yeah.
Mine is 400 points though, because we didn't get all the doors.
Bullshit.
That's a lot of lost points.
That is a lot of
Due to
lost
some
points for that one.
doors.
It's just
What do you do when there's no
God.
doors?
Right? That's why, like, it wasn't from a lack of trying.
Games starting the wish list. Oh man, it's great. Well, we did good, team.
Alright, friends. Yeah, it was
Did
good
good.
playing with you again. I really liked the game.
Yes,
so
sir.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Hope you guys
biscuits
have a
down
good
there.
one.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
games,
guys.
friends.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Holy moly. We actually made some good time though. It's like 11:30. It's good time. Not bad. Yeah, I would be down to do some solo for this. This I could see doing. Now, the difficulty of it does change based on how many people. The more people you have, it does seem like the more you have to do. So I imagine doing solo, you have less. It's just you're doing all the work, right? So we'll see. You want Doc to play this? Doc is going to play this. I'm fairly certain that he is planning to play it tomorrow. Unfortunately, I can't join because I'm taking my kiddo to see a show. So I can't do it. I wonder what 8 looks like. That's a great question too. Great question. All right. Oh man, this is a good game though. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. It's just the suck zone. Throw a dart into a big tornado. Playing with even more people would be cool to try. It would be fun to get a max number group together to do it. It would be fun. All right, Tubes. Tubes, we're going to go find someone to raid here in a second. Appreciate you, friends. Yeah, good night, night. Night, good night, night. I appreciate you guys. Remember, Friday, we're probably going to do the all difficulty. More than likely. If not, we'll just be doing Phas. More than likely. Sunday, I don't know yet. We'll see. Sunday could technically be a continuation. Monday, I'm going to be streaming the early access for the next Phasmo update. Okay. So that'll happen on Monday. I'll probably go live at like 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. And then we'll start actually playing the game at 7. And then on Tuesday, drops start. So watch me for 2 hours starting on Tuesday. You have from the 21st to the 28th to earn the animated and the static badge at the same time. Up on the Funnel Runner stream right now. Oh, I appreciate you guys. Nova, thank you. There was people coming over saying they saw me up there on the Steams. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. This is so fun, man. I was telling chat that I want to do this solo. I want to see what I can do. I don't know. I feel like we could do good. I feel like we do good things. Are you going to be doing just one stream on Monday? No, I'll probably be doing 2. So I will go live in the morning, probably through lunch, and then I'll go live later that night as well. Mr. Rafa, thank you for the 83 months, sir. Hello. Hey, how are you? No, this is a lot of fun, though. The destruction is insane. Insane. Thank you, Nervy Jane. Back from vacation. How was vacation? How did it go? Yeah, the exciting thing about the game, too, is that if we have anything in mind that we think could be cool, I mean, the game is in beta. So I'm sure that they are willing to listen to suggestions. If enough people cry out for something, they'll probably try to do it. So just make sure you're being vocal. Join their Discord. Let them know what you think, what you like. Yeah. Yeah, super fun. I can't wait to get a group of like 8 people together for sure. Air dry spaghetti. Thank you for the biddies. Looking forward to Monday. I think I'm going to end up picking up Funnel Runners. Do it. Do it. A farm map, yes. Which I think they've already verified within chat. They said something about a farm, if I recall. So it doesn't necessarily mean that there's going to be farm animals, but 'tis possible. 'Tis possible. Let's see. What's their Discord? I imagine I joined, if I recall, I joined from their store page on Steam. I don't have the link at the ready, but I'm sure we could find it. Yeah. Cow, another cow. Does get harder with more people you have. I think it does. I can only assume it does. Can you imagine a city map? Oh, in the middle. I don't know if that would be too much for a PC to handle, but that would be super cool too. Watching like skyscrapers get absolutely obliterated by tornadoes. Yeah. That would be fun. All right. Where am I going? What are we doing? Who are you? Bob. Let's use, you know what? Give me a second. I'm going to use live follower. I'm going to use live follower to read somebody today. Look up and see a cow. Listen, I just want the sound, like a Doppler. Yeah. A forest map could be cool. I don't know how many maps it's going to launch with. That I don't know. But it'll give us more of a chance to try something new too, which is going to be great. That'll be a lot of fun. All right. Give me a minute. I'm going to let live follower load so that way I can see who we should raid. Three, maybe 5 is good. I think even 3 would be good. To start, like literally just for launch, that'd be nice. Dorothy like in Twister, just something. It would be, dude, it would be funny if it literally pulled the entire house up and took you like the entire thing at once and you're still in the house getting chucked through the nadir. One map, 3 variants for right now. Thank you, Obsidian. There you go. There's your answer. One map, 3 variants. So that'll be cool. That'll be cool. All right. You know what? Why don't we go raid a new friend, somebody else that is playing Funnel Runners right now. How about we do that? They've been live for almost 4 hours, but it looks like they're still chucking, so I think that's what we should do. Get you guys some more funds. Gonna get it. Oh, should. You should. Need more naders. I got you. All right, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. There's the Discord. There's the socials and the Patreons. All the things are available, friends. All the things. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys always working our way to 3/4 to the monthly goal. Once we do, community games are coming back for Phasmo because they're going to be fixing stuff. So that way we can actually play multiplayer. So I can't wait for that. That'll be freaking good. That'll be nice. But let's get raid messages for now, friends. If you're a follower, that is for you. If you're a sub, that's for you. Creepy tier 3s. You get your own. Let us go say hi to a new friend. They are currently playing Funnel Runners right now. Oh, you're good, Ribs. No worries, friend. I appreciate you. But you guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here, hanging out. We'll be live again on Friday, probably doing the all difficulty Phasmo challenge. Probably. So love you guys. I will see you later on Friday for more fun. Bye.